What you cooking?
I missed you guys too, you know. Oh, I do. Of course you do, Knight. Of course you do. Look at this. I literally 3 minutes and 48 seconds, and we're still doing it. We're still doing it, right?
Florence Pugh. I don't know, because the early reviews said Florence Pugh out-acted. I don't know. Florence Pugh's a pretty solid actor. You know.
And Scarlett Johansson is not a bad actress.
No, a lot of people are just saying Florence Pugh did better. That's what a lot of people are saying. I don't think it's true. Maybe you're bullshitting, but that's what we heard.
Are you saying that I suck, or you're saying Black Widow? Because like usually we put the spiders in the chat. We're talking about Miho. What are we talking about right now?
Yeah, I think like you should, like for a week be Hawkeye and then go back to being Black Widow.
Yes.
Like,
so Eddie said both. So I'm. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Okay. Well, you know what? I think I need to take another break. Eddie doesn't like me anymore. So how can I continue on with life? Adam is here. That's so tight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to, we're going to look at the Shang-Chi trailer. I've not seen it. I've not seen it, guys. Can you believe it? I knew like all these things have happened and I've not seen them. And so we're going to look at that here in just a moment. Oh, look at that. The hearts.
Catwoman had
and the eyes. What? Catwoman had it. Okay, we'll compare that. Cue that up. Trailer was garbage. Well, I don't know if it was garbage. Let me see it.
That Catwoman trailer is better than the Shang-Chi trailer. I'll tell you that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This old trailer for Steel, way better than this Shang-Chi trailer. I'm going to keep it a buck.
Oh, my gosh. You hear this? Okay, so we're going to pull it up, and I'm going to look at it. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to, if anybody else wants to come in, I will put the link in the.
Eddie's not allowed to come in. He's a Marvel fanboy. He's not allowed here.
Oh, Eddie's not welcome. Eddie, you are not welcome.
Yeah, he's a Marvel fan. He's not really a DC fan. He's been faking, so he has to be today.
Okay, well, we're gonna look at all this shit, and I'm gonna tell you if I like it, if I don't like it.
Oh, just a disclaimer: no Loki spoilers, please.
Yeah, I've not seen Loki. I've not even seen Loki. This is like I've been like off the grid, guys. So, but I will be watching some shit later. But I have not seen them, so I don't know what happened in episode 2, and I don't know what happened in episode 3. So I can't talk about Loki right now. This was just like, hey, I'm going to talk to my dudes here and tell them what's been going on. And then I was like, you know what? I think I can do this. It's like 10 days later, but happy motherfucking birthday to this bitch right here. Okay, so we're gonna look at this trailer right now. I'm gonna pull it up. Let me unshare something else because I was watching a trash video from some trash people earlier. It's just trash. But we're gonna look at this right now. MSK is being so quiet. Look at him. He just got off work. He's tired.
Oh yeah, I forgot. DC lives rent-free in Marvel fans' heads all the time.
Oh, now it's the opposite. You always say the other way around. Look at that.
Dude, you should you should see the cringy DC fans whenever Marvel has something successful. Oh my god, it sounds like all the colors and the DLC propaganda.
Why is it so funny?
You're not even giving criticism. Why is the movie so funny? I didn't know it was a crime to have fun at the movie theater. I didn't know.
Why is Marvel so better than us?
Oh, my mom never had sex with me when I was younger.
What? That is something someone would complain.
No, that's what hillbillies in your country always talk about.
No, they do not. We do not talk about that here.
White people in your state do that.
Has anybody had these? Like,
those are disgusting.
They kind of are. They kind of are.
Don't white brothers and sisters have sex in Kentucky or Nebraska?
Maybe in the holler. Not. I live in. Okay. I'm scared. I live in Central Kentucky, and no, we do not do that where I'm from. I mean, I'm in the country, but I'm not in the country. I'm in the country. You dig? Hi, Nate. How are you? Welcome. So let's look at this trailer, right? Before we keep rambling on about like sleeping with our mothers and our parents and our cousins and our brothers and all these weird things. Okay, so let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Throughout my life, the 10 rings gave our family power.
Okay.
If you want them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
This song is weird in this trailer, though.
You are a product of all who came before you. The legacy of your family. You are your mother. And whether you like it or not, you are also your father.
Ooh, true.
I told my men they wouldn't be able to kill you if they tried. Glad I was right. You're just a criminal who murders people. Be careful how you speak to me, boy.
Already better than the Mandarin and Iron Man 3.
Start a new life.
I feel like I was like, what?
But I could never.
That looks tight. I'm sorry. Okay. For sure.
My son, you can't run from your past.
That is tight. That looks tight.
Is this what you wanted?
Get ready, Ashley.
That acting was a little.
Get ready, Ashley. Get ready. Prepare yourself.
You got this.
Thank you.
I wonder who that was. Looked like Thanos. I think that was Thanos, guys. Did you guys see Thanos? Thanos looked great, man.
What?
We can see.
You're smoking crack. That is not Thanos.
That was Doomsday.
That's
Doomsday.
It's
Doomsday.
Lex Luthor came in the movie and put him there. He created his Doomsday out of the dead body of fucking Coulson in Avengers 2012.
Tight. Doomsday.
That's actually a variant Thanos. That's who it is. Variant Thanos.
Yeah, but it looks tight. I think some of the visuals look great. But some of the acting, I'm a little concerned. I'm very concerned about Awkwafina. She wasn't as annoying that time because she didn't like say very much. I don't know. I need to look. Let's watch it one more time because you know how I gotta look at it. Look, it went to your video next. Look at that. You cannot say I do not support the MSK because the next video was MSK. It knows. I watched MSK shit. It automatically just plays his shit, dude.
I don't
support my homies. I support my homies. Unlike other people who who claim motherfuckers are their homies and they don't support them. But anyway, let's look at this one more time.
Be nice.
I am being nice. I'm just talking generally about people.
Yeah, people in general. Actually could be talking about like a neighbor from down the street or something that used to.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about this bitch ass neighbor who still has
that damn neighbor. From Kentucky neighbor.
Hello, bro. How are you?
Oh, you're talking about Colonel Sanders, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Colonel Sanders and how he stole the fried chicken recipe from black slaves. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. B-Dot. Thank
What?
you. B-Dot just gave me a donation. Oh,
I forgot I donated that.
when did you do it?
I think like 5 minutes ago. What time does it say I donated it?
Oh, yeah, you did. I thought you meant like you did it like days ago, and I'm just now seeing. I was like, what? I'm so confused.
I actually just forgot that I donated that.
Yep, I got a pretty lime green, neon green Cash App card, guys. So let's look at it. Superboy's here. Superboy knows. Superboy knows. He knows. He knows that shit was tight. So let's look at it one more time.
That trailer was tight.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Are you ready, MSK?
I think it's honestly going to be way more entertaining than the Eternals movie.
I agree. They got shit on Black Widow, but you know.
Oh dear.
They got shit on Black Widow.
Oh dear.
I know, bro. I'm like, he looks a little. I gotta look. He looks a little strangey. I don't know. Marvel is always tight, Eddie. Marvel's always motherfucking tight. It's fucking DC that gets shit wrong, motherfucker. Okay. How many DC movies in the last years have been tight? Eddie, don't do me today. Don't do me. Look at this.
Ash, you can't lie. That Doomsday was on point from BVS. That Doomsday was tight.
Yeah, he was so fucking. I'm telling you, I would kiss him in his mouth. He's so tight. Okay, so let's look at this one more time.
Throughout my life.
What is going on with my internet? I have it shit connected directly.
Yeah, the Kentucky internet.
I got good internet. I mean, I pay a lot of money.
It's plugged into the barn, right? Where you got the cows at?
I'm not on the farm right now. I'm in I'm in the town. Here it goes.
Throughout my life.
That was weird. What is going on? Like my internet is tight. Like
take the freaking cord out of the tractor, Ashley.
I'm checking it. It's like right here.
No, it's in a tractor.
These are disgusting. Don't ever eat these. These are really nasty. I thought these were going to be good.
You know what's disgusting?
Relax, Eddie.
Oh, like this was happening.
Gave our family power.
This shit is tripping.
Actually, how do you feel about the ring being on the wrist and not the fingers?
You have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
I kind of like it.
I
was hoping they'd be on his fingers, but this is
yeah.
The legacy of your family. You are your mother. And whether you like it or not,
happening.
You are
all this shit is popping up.
I told my men they wouldn't.
I like the voiceover. I love his voice, though. I do like his voice. I like his voice. The voiceover shit.
I was right. You're just a criminal who murders people. Be careful how you speak to me, boy.
No, it does not. Action looks tight.
Start a new life.
So I'm guessing the Mandarin's going to have 5 of the rings, and Shang-Chi will have the other 5.
I like this shit. This shit looks tight, though. I just I'm worried about Aquafina.
From your past.
Mine too.
Is this what you wanted?
That line, I just don't. Kind of cringe.
You got this.
Thank you.
Ashley, did you notice something about the Abomination? Did you notice something different?
I have to look at it. He looks greener this time around.
You know, you have to you have to go back and really pause it
on your car insurance rates.
What? MSK's video.
Go back and pause it on there.
You got this.
I can't even remember
right there. Dang, gotta go back. Well,
I'm glad he's coming back though. Tim Roth is tight. I can't. I'm not getting it. You know I'm not good at this. B-Dot. This is why you should be doing this part. You know I'm not good at like.
All right, let me kill this motherfucker up.
Yeah, B-Dot's gonna like show it to me because I can't. I'm not good at that. Like I'm good at like push and play, and that's about it.
Hold up, you guys. Let me hook y'all up. Ooh. I want to ask you. I don't want nobody to tell her what they did with Abomination.
That is Abomination.
No. I want you to see what they did because you're going to notice it. It's not a bad thing. You might like it.
Hi.
Share my screen, Ashley. And you're going to see somebody else very familiar. Take a good look at this whole frame. 2 people that you should recognize. 2 people.
Oh, I have so much pressure. I probably won't.
I'll give you a hint. Magic.
Strange is in here?
You're close. This person.
It's Wong. It's Wong.
Yep.
From this angle, now I see it. Like I couldn't see. That is Wong. That is Wong.
I'm curious what he's doing though, because this is an underground.
They said this is really going to be more like have that Mortal Kombat feel that you didn't get in the actual Mortal Kombat movie. You're going to get
hey. That was
No, I'm not. Look.
All right, Mortal Kombat slander. Go ahead, Ashley. Go ahead, slander.
I am not slandering it.
Slander that epic
I'm not
movie.
slandering it. I'm not. I'm just saying. Who else is going to be in this movie? I'm so excited. We're gonna get new people. We're gonna get these. Yeah. Okay. And
based on how it's looking, if Wong's here, but I think Wong is here by choice because this is like an underground fight club, right?
I don't know. I think that they're.
I don't think.
But I thought that they were made to fight, kind of like I thought that from what I was told, that I thought that they were not necessarily there by choice. That they were, unless that they're fighting. Why would Wong want to be there?
Or that's unless the Mandarin has powerful magic.
Why does he want the 10? I mean, he wants it. Maybe he's there because he wants to take the 10 rings from the Mandarin, possibly. But to me, it's like, why does Wong give a shit?
Maybe he's undercover. Maybe he's on an undercover mission to get the 10 rings back or something.
Maybe.
Because I don't think he's captured. I think he's willingly here because we know he can leave at any time he wants to. He can make a portal and leave if he wants to. He's either willingly here to take something or help Shang-Chi with another thing, or he's just here for fun.
Okay.
Which he's here for
Can
fun.
I say, I've got to respond to this. Okay. So you want to bring up Marvel overcrowding movies, right? And not being able to make solo films. Well, they did say that going into this new age, that they were going to make these films bigger in scale. So yes, there are going to be several heroes without these movies. But what the fuck was BVS, homie? What the fuck was BVS? Tell me, because you didn't get a Man of Steel 2, you didn't get a solo Batman movie first, you got BVS. So DC does the same shit, homie. Man in the motherfucking mirror. But I love you, Eddie. I love you. I love you.
I mean, we all know BVS is going to be better than this movie anyway, so it's all good.
Well, you want to come on here, Eddie, and talk your shit, huh? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the chat, and if you can come on, Eddie, and we can hear it. Like, MSK, what do you think about this trailer? MSK?
Can this nigga hear us?
Can he though? That's my question. MSK is watching gay porn right now. He doesn't have time for us. He absolutely cannot hear what I'm saying because there's no response. No response. None. No response. He's not responding, guys. So I had to pick on him a little bit. So yeah, I just wanted to see if there would be a response. So let's put this link in here if you want to come on and join us and give us your thoughts and your opinions. I think if I'm grading this trailer here, and trailer grades I can be very tough and hard on them. I think I'm gonna give it. I'll give it a 7.5. It's a 7.5. It's solid. I give them out of 10. It's a 7.5. So here is the link if you'd like to come in. There it is, and give me your thoughts there. And we're gonna look at a few more trailers too. So, but right now we'll focus on this one. MSK, can you hear me? Is there anybody out there?
No.
Nate gives it a B.
Well, MSK can't hear nothing.
Saggy beat you, Eddie. She did beat you. So MSK, what's your score? I mean, I'm B-Dot because MSK can't hear me. What would you give this trailer?
Well, since DC is still the best, I'll give this a 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. I'm gonna be go the extra mile. 9.5 out of 10. That abomination at the end. That abomination at the end. My goodness, and I missed Abomination. While that Hulk movie had issues, Abomination was the best thing in that movie. That fight with Hulk, oh my gosh, that was glorious. He beat the shit out of Hulk, and I want to see that again because when Professor Hulk and Abomination fights, it's going to be a beatdown. It's going to be Thanos versus Hulk, and I'm ready to see it. And I predicted that they was going to introduce Abomination earlier than She-Hulk too.
I thought it was going to show up on She-Hulk actually.
I knew they was going to introduce him earlier than She-Hulk. Like, put him out there now. But I don't think he's going to have a big role. He's probably just a mercenary. I think he's just a hired mercenary, and he's probably here fighting for money or some other thing. But he's clearly probably here fighting for himself, getting something.
I give it a
9. Or maybe
I would have given
Ashley. Maybe Ross has him fighting here for some, stuff. Some illegal stuff.
Maybe Ross does. Possibly.
Maybe Ross.
Saggy.
What's up, girl? How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's up, Queen?
So, Saggy, what was that again? What did you give it?
I gave it a 9.
A 9. And Eddie, what blasphemy do you have to report?
Eddie's always trolling us.
Hi, Max.
Eddie gives it like a 2.5 out of 10.
Eddie's gonna give it a 1. He's like, there is no chopsticks in this trailer. I gotta give it a 1.
Eddie,
let's hear that grade. Eddie, go ahead.
No, that trailer is a 0.9.
Right, thank you for being here, Eddie. We appreciate you.
Okay, yes, bye, Eddie. Bye.
I think, in my opinion, no, it looked good, and I definitely would never have thought to see Abomination in the Shang-Chi trailer.
I didn't know that was Abomination until I was watching your show here. I was like, oh, who is that? And that does look like him.
I'll give it. I think I'll give it a 7.
They just changed his design, so that's why
he
looks different. But I recognize him because the shape in that small, ugly head is still like the same.
Dang, his head ugly though. I thought his head was okay.
I mean he's ugly. He's not
I know he's but if you look at his body, y'all remember that Super Mario live action and those people with the small heads and the big body?
Yeah,
that's what he looks like.
But cool.
That's what Abomination looks like.
Don't do that to me because now that's all I'm gonna see is those Koopas.
So Max, what did you think of the trailer? What were your thoughts here?
Oh, I love
welcome.
it. I like oh, thanks for having me. I like getting new characters I don't know much about, and this is like, it's not as exciting as when first saw the Black Panther trailers, but it's close. Like, it's really cool to see it. I'm really looking forward to some cool action. I like martial arts movies too. I really hope they deliver there. It seems like it. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I'm really looking forward to the martial arts aspect with the Marvel film really going hardcore there. There looks like there's a lot going on too. Hopefully, I do know what people say about like too many characters in Marvel films. I hope there's not too much. Because I do like the focus on the new characters, though. I mean, I like the MCU. They hint at other characters working together, but I want to see an established solo film. Like, I don't want too much.
See, I don't mind them introducing characters if it's part of, like, that character's story arc.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm okay with them introducing characters that are from that particular story arc being brought in, and maybe, like, if they need to, maybe have, like, another notable Avenger character. I mean, characters come in to be, like, you know, kind of like have that universe merge so that there could be potential for, like, crossovers.
And see, in this movie where they're doing that, like, Mortal Kombat type style fighting, you know, fighting for the rings here, I'm not hating on your movie, Kata. I'm not going to do what you do.
Look, I'll say this, Ashley. I'll say this: they can copy Mortal Kombat, but if they don't got the fatality,
Mortal Kombat,
they ain't nothing like Mortal Kombat.
The new Mortal Kombat movie didn't do that.
It was leading up to the tournament. It was building up.
Yeah, it was a built up.
But is it will it break your little heart and your little soul if Marvel does a Mortal Kombat movie better?
They're not going to do it better. They can't, because the 99 Mortal Kombat movie is still good.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Well, I'm gonna have to say you can't compare Marvel movie to, like, Mortal Kombat. I feel like that's a totally different vibe, because Mortal Kombat's really, like, blood and gore and, like,
no, Saggy, we're talking because they're gonna do a segment in this that they're gonna, like,
where they're, like, fighting. It's like, you know, like when they're fighting.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but I don't see it being, like, better than Mortal Kombat, just because Mortal Kombat is good because of the characters, the fatalities, the edginess. So
think we'll get a Jackie Chan cameo in Shang-Chi?
That would be tight if he's in a movie.
That'd be nice.
Why not?
He's probably not. No, he's probably not, since old China drama. Let's say if he was. He probably wants himself out now because he still supports China and stuff, and he's like, you know, because China does not support this movie.
No, they don't.
So any
it's not going to be short. It won't be.
So any of the Chinese actors who are part of this, after this whole thing went down, maybe some of them are probably asking Feige now to, like, you know, could you take my scene out? I don't want to be part of this no more. Not saying all the big actors will, but maybe the little, you know, the people in the background and stuff, like, could you edit me out? I don't want to be part of this.
Well, I don't think, that would be so honestly, that'd be kind of some contradiction, hypocritical thing if they did that. Because think about it, if they were okay with the movie to be part of it in the first place, why all of a sudden when other people upset, they're like, oh, I can't do this now. It's like, bruh, if you thought this movie was bad and offensive with your country, you should have probably not have done it in the first place.
And the thing is that, and then my question I'm going to ask everybody here is, we know that the Eternals will, as of now, not going to be playing in China. And now Shang-Chi will not be playing in China. How big of a hit do you think Marvel's going to take with these films? Because we know that China, you know, without China, it's hard for them to get to that $1 billion mark. I don't think that where do you all think the film will land? Both of these, you know, Shang-Chi will land without being shown in China.
I believe now. All my theaters in my city are back open, so that's a start. I think it will make over 500 million. Unless it can do what Joker did without China, it's not going to hit $1 billion. Because most movies in MCU, DC, all these big blockbuster movies in general rely on China to help get them to that $1 billion mark. I think Shang-Chi is going to hurt because you're not going to have the support of China, and this movie is catered towards people in Asia and stuff, and it's catered towards those individuals. I think losing your big supporters like that, this movie's not going to hit $1 billion, but it will make over 500 million. I guarantee it will make over 500 million. This movie will, but it won't hit $1 billion.
I don't think so either. I hope they underperform too, so they can stop making these trash films already.
Bye, Eddie.
Eddie. What?
Honestly, I feel like it's tricky because we're talking about China, who is pretty much, for the most part, have banned a lot of movies from playing in their country. And it's like, what were the sales of those movies that weren't able to get shown? I mean, they usually get away with it if they agree to change certain aspects of the movie that China doesn't want in their country to be shown. But like, how much of Shang-Chi would be edited out just so it could be seen by that audience? But I think it would be okay, even if they don't have that market. I think the movie would still do very well. So I don't think not being able to have it in China would really impact it as greatly as people think. I think it really depends on us and other international releases. China might be a big part, but I don't think it's going to be detrimental to the release. I don't think they're going to be disappointed in the numbers, to be honest.
I think it could pass $1 billion with if it's a very entertaining martial arts flick that's in the Marvel MCU universe. It has a higher rewatchability than some other Marvel movies. I like all the Marvel movies, but if it's very entertaining, action-packed, people are just going to rewatch it. So even though it's taken a hit from China, I think it could still pass it. We'll have to see if it delivers. It looks like it's going to deliver.
We'll see. Well, all right. Let me ask you guys this, because I think we have to factor this in too, because it's the same reason they put out Black Panther. Let's be real. Why they even put out Shang-Chi? They are putting out new characters and stuff, but let's really be real of what this movie is for. To cater to the Asian audience. They want that Black Panther audience. Like how when everybody came out to see Black Panther, like that was a big ass thing. I saw like grandmas and shit, old people. I was like, what is grandma doing here at this movie theater? Had a cane and stuff, and they all came out to see this movie. People you don't really see that show up to the movie and stuff. I think they wanted that with Shang-Chi. You know, people dressing up in people dressing up in their cultural clothing and stuff, and really representing. I think since they did lose that China support, that may not be the case. I'm not saying people will not support in other countries and stuff, but losing that China support it could hurt it getting that Black Panther appeal, because this was made to be like a Black Panther type of thing. Because I really want, I'm gonna support it. I hope a bunch of Asian people come out and support it. I want them to come out and support it. I want this to be as big as Black Panther, because you need more movies that get that Black Panther love.
Right, but you have to, when you're saying Black Panther, that's just the Black community in America and other places. Like, if we're talking about a movie that's supposed to cater to a culture, I don't think that the target is that specific country, because Black Panther was a success because a lot of people in the Black community were really excited for it to have a notable Black superhero be put in the spotlight. Yeah. So I think as far as that, like, yes, you are right that it does cater to the Asian population, but I don't think it's specific to that country. I don't think it's catered, because here's the thing. We already know that China is very difficult to get our products out to them as far as our entertainment, because they do have a very strict censorship there. So we already expect going into these movie productions that China may or may not want to have it released there anyway. So it's I don't think it's catering to China. I think it's mostly catered to the Asian population that's not in China.
But Saggy, also Black Panther did have like this big backing in America, from the African American community, but it also had a big impact globally. When you think about Black Panther, the fact that Black Panther made so much money in China with a Black cast, and it wasn't just China, it was a global thing, because you got to see, an African prince. So it was about this royalty globally, and in this country, everybody went out to see this movie. It wasn't just one specific group. And I think that they're hoping they can capitalize on that, like they did with Black Panther. But I don't know if they can do that simply because this was also a story about an African prince who came from royalty, who was from this, country that was so, advanced beyond, anyone's belief. And it's a hidden nation. I don't know if Shang-Chi can get there, because Black Panther was also a big character. A lot of people knew who he was. I know who Shang-Chi is, but a lot of people kind of don't know who he is, but it has that Marvel stamp on it. So it's like, with most people, they have good credit. So, it'll probably do Marvel's pretty well.
What's Marvel's credit score? Like a 7 now? Like an 8?
A 7? Dang, you ain't getting along with that.
Right. But here's the thing, like, you're not wrong, Ashley. But I think the reason why Black Panther was successful in China, because not to get like too deep into like a race thing, but like Black Panther isn't their culture. So it's different because they are more like with our content when we're trying to represent them, whereas Black Panther wasn't a representation. I'm glad Black Panther did well in China, because in Asia, I don't know if you guys know, but the way Asian people depict or used to seeing Black people or other cultures in general is from our entertainment. So their idea of what African American people are, we're thugs, we're criminals, we're violent, we're angry, but that's the media that we have sent to them to enjoy. So that's what the image they got. So when you see Black Panther, you have a strong, powerful African American. He's a prince. He struggles. He fought to become a good leader. That was the good thing that happened with Black Panther, and why I was glad that they liked it. Because again, you have to remember that they don't have many Black people in their country, so they only know what we have shown them. So I can say but when it comes to their culture, they will not, like, there's like you have to get them right. Like, they hated the first Mulan with Disney. They hated the Mulan that came out. Anything that's about them or their people, we have to tread very carefully, because if we want our media showing it, we have to represent them properly.
That is very true. I'm not negating that point at all. I mean, but I'm just saying, without that China market, I don't think that globally that Shang-Chi will have that cultural impact like Black Panther. I think that they want to capitalize off that. And they absolutely want to do that. Just like, and I'm not, and Eddie's going to be like, oh, here she goes. Just like Warner Brothers wants to make a Black Superman movie, make Clark Kent a Black man.
Ooh, Daddy, what happened?
And they're trying to do the same thing, right?
Right.
Because it's Superman, right? But I don't think that you can copy that and mirror that, because it was such a natural thing. Now, I feel going forward, we're just trying to be like, oh, now we want to elevate our these Asian characters and put them on top here, and then they want to get to that point, and I just don't think it's going to get there. I think it's going to be a great film. From the trailer, the action looks great. And then my next question is, I'm worried about Awkwafina.
I can, because the humor.
I don't like her. I don't like her.
She was barely in the second. She was barely in the second trailer,
and that was a service for that trailer.
You know, I'm gonna be honest about Awkwafina. I'm gonna be honest about Awkwafina, and a lot of comedians like her. Awkwafina's not really that funny. She's funny at times, but I know she's a comedian, but she's overall not funny to me, because they're putting her in here because she maybe they want to have her as a love interest, and also she's a very good, she's a comedian and stuff. She's funny, but she's not funny like that. She's not like, and I hate to bring it up, but she's not like how I look at a Chris Tucker, a Dave Chappelle, people that just make me laugh, a Martin Lawrence, like people that are just, they're funny. They don't even have
she's
to
not even funny. Kevin Hart, like she's not like, I mean, like her voice annoys me. I think I laugh at Kevin Hart just because, to me, he's ridiculous. I don't think he's a great actor, but I think he's hilarious. Like when I see him like in interviews and stuff like that. Chocolate Dropper. Awkwafina. She named herself after water. First of all, guys, I think about that. And it makes sense because her voice is so scratchy, right? She has this scratchy voice. If you look at the first Shang-Chi trailer, she looks a mess. Like, why does she look like that, dude? Her hair is like a mess, and she says these dumb fucking shit. And it's just like, shut up. Yeah, I'm going to say it. She looks like she's been like sleeping in bed, and then she woke up and was like, hey, let's go make a movie today. That's what it looks like.
No, it's hey, look, it is something.
But are you in a... $1 billion film? No. Why does she look like that? Yeah, she sounds like she smoked 50 packs of cigarettes.
Wasn't she in?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Max.
Wasn't she in Crazy Rich Asians? Because there is a big market for Asian films, and they kind of try to recapture. Even I think there's a crossover with some of the people in that movie with this too. Some of the talent. I think they just try to recapture that once. That's Hollywood. Once they see a hit, they just like, oh, who's in that? Who's, what's the crew associated with that? Who do you know? So I don't know if she's liked in the Asian community. I don't find her. I think she does better as a voice actress than live action. Like, I think, that she was in Raya the Last Dragon. People really liked her there, I guess. I still didn't. I mean, I don't mind her. I don't dislike her, but yeah, that didn't do it for me. I mean, the one that did for me was the main guy, because I like him from Kim's Convenience, the sitcom. If you've ever watched it on Netflix, he's pretty funny. He's fun. You root for him. I like the actor.
I mean, I don't know who she is, and I mean, I'm glad that they're getting, like, for me, because I don't know who she is, I'm glad they're getting somebody that I don't know and was not familiar with to play these roles, because I do feel like when it comes to casting for proper representation, they always like I said, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes to African American people, when they cast their casting, especially with men, who do we always get? We always get Idris Elba,
Denzel,
Michael B. Jordan, Denzel Washington. Yeah,
that's Hollywood, though. That's Hollywood.
But now we're getting, there's not too many Asian A-list celebrities out there these days. So I'm glad that they are finally, branching out to cast people. I don't think she's gonna be too amazing, but I'm glad they gave her the role. So great.
Saggy, have you seen Jumanji 2?
Yes.
Okay, when they realize the girl who's like doing the pickpocketing, and they realize it's I can't remember the guy who originally goes into the game. Yeah, that's Awkwafina. That's who she is. And I don't mind her in small doses. Like in that movie, that movie to me had a lot of problems, and she wasn't the main issue of that movie. In small doses, she's fine. But when she's like the love interest and she's going to have this big role and she's going to be like fighting and doing, it's just like so much of her is annoying, and I'm worried that some of it can get tiring. I'm glad to see new people be cast and things like that, but I just don't know, was she the best way? And Lucy Liu, sorry, what film was she? DC film was she just?
She's to be in Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Yeah, and she's a horrible actress. Lucy Liu's coming back. Lucy Liu's been around for a long time. It's just like I don't think she's a great actress, but
she's coming back.
She's gonna be in Shazam too.
Oh man, wow. I mean,
she's a Lucy Liu hater.
I kind of liked Lucy Liu back in the day when she was a Charlie's Angel, but
go back and look at her acting though. Go back and look at her. It's not great.
Yeah, but I mean,
she doesn't have to be a good actor. She looks so amazing that she doesn't have to act.
That's the problem. You just to be hot. That's the only qualification. I tell you, if that
I like her acting. I like her for acting ability.
Ming Na Wen. I love her. I love
Yes.
I love Ming Na Wen. She's amazing. Anything she's in, dude. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Please, that's my boo. I love that woman. Oh my god.
You watch that show?
Yeah, I loved Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What about the rest? I haven't been able to get into that.
Dude, I loved Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was I love her freckles. Yeah, I love Lucy Liu. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's beautiful. I think Lucy Liu, I love her freckles. She's my freckle sister. I have freckles. It's freckle gang. But as an actress, I'm not hating. It's my opinion, Zill. I don't think she's a great actress.
No, she's not a great actress.
She's not even a good actress.
Listen, she's better than John Cena, so at least we give her that.
She's better than John Cena. That's not saying a lot.
It's a low bar, but it's still a bar.
I'm gonna say this. Superhero. Look, in superhero movies, just in general, if you're not even playing the main character, you don't really have to act that well to become a likable character or whatever. Or you don't have to do that much. Because you don't have to even do that much. Lucy Liu, I guarantee this, when Shazam 2 drops, there's gonna be people on Twitter talking about Lucy Liu, she slayed, she a queen, and she probably just barely did anything. And she slayed. They're gonna Lucy Liu slayed, she did her thing. I bet you she barely does anything. I bet you Lucy Liu barely does anything.
I've seen Eddie saying stuff like that for the Batwoman, Lavicia
Batwoman.
I only said one thing.
Wait. Do you like the Batwoman? Hold on.
I watch it for consistency.
I see him the first comment in all.
Let's move the subject now. Let's move the subject. No. Stop.
I want to know, Eddie. Do you like Batwoman? Yes or no?
I like it to an extent, even though I know.
All right, goodbye.
Even though I know the show is.
I can embarrass Eddie here. I'm gonna find that tweet of where he's
like, Eddie,
interview you.
All the shit you talk about Marvel, and you like motherfucking Batwoman.
Good show. I never said it was a good show.
He likes something. He likes something.
She's reciting this horrible thing about how she's a number and da-da-da-da-da, and somebody loved her, so she was no longer in. Like, bullshit, Eddie. That's some bullshit. I'm sorry, dude. Like, sign me out. I'm done.
That's the thing with you. I say I watch something and you instantly say, "Oh, you love it, Eddie. Oh, you love it."
I didn't say you loved it. I said you liked it. I did not say you loved it.
I never said I liked it either.
You said you liked it to an extent. Like, are you a politician? No.
Everything.
Eddie, I just caught you in the fucking web. You just said, Eddie, I like it to an extent.
Okay, and that extent is not as far as you think it is.
Batwoman was trash, bro.
Hey, go run for office, dude, because I'm telling you, you sound tight.
What did you like about Batwoman? Please enlighten me. I'm curious now.
Don't share this, Ashley. I'm just going to show you. This is what he was watching.
Okay.
That's putting Eddie on blast. Go back in retirement.
It's funny. This is.
Oh no!
Don't share it on screen. This is where he's the first in the team. Hey, you want to interview? That's the twit.
I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna watch this. Hold on. Let me look at it. I got it. Yeah.
That's where he's like. That
I'll say this about
that. Was from her Twitter. That was from her Twitter.
I'll say this about Batwoman.
Because it has to be said. So we know.
Yes.
Eddie turned off the cam.
Eddie, I love it. Hey, it's all in jest. It's all in fun.
Did you even watch
if I don't
the show?
Poke on you, I don't. That means I don't like you. I mean, I do like you. I can't talk. I do like you. If I pick at you, that means I like you, right?
You're supporting
Eddie's great.
Talent. Oh no, he's back.
Listen. Listen, I'm gonna say Batwoman. When Batwoman was not the show. Let's just say not the show. Batwoman as the character, when it was introduced, I thought it was okay because I was like, it works in a team-orientated setting. As a standalone, I never thought it was going to stand on its own. I never thought it was going to work. I thought it was good to see Batwoman introduced with the rest of the characters in the CW show. But I always knew, like, how you can't do a standalone Gotham City Batman like thing without Batman. Like, it didn't work with Batwoman. I always knew. I didn't mind Batwoman as a character. They didn't like harp on her too much, which was fine. She was just enough in the show to be there, and I was happy with it. But as a standalone TV show, that should have never happened.
Go ahead, Ashley. Go.
I'd want to say Ruby Rose compared to season 2 Batwoman, because I watched the first 3 episodes, to me, she's better than Ruby Rose was.
Okay.
I will say that.
I'm still trying to get through season 1. I'm trying to go back.
I didn't even finish it.
I didn't finish that though.
I don't know.
I was low-key offended. I was like, you didn't have to give her a fro.
Yeah, it's because we're all about our natural hair these days,
Look, I'll say this about Batwoman, or 2 things, because I know it's going to happen.
Eddie, it's okay. I won't say anything else, Eddie. I promise. I just said a nice thing.
I was uncool. I told on a dude, a bro.
It's okay. We're just having fun. Eddie, I love you. You know
I love
that.
You too, Eddie. I love you too, Eddie. You can like Batwoman. It's okay. We love you.
No, she's beautiful.
Hey.
Oh no! Eddie, come back.
Eddie, come back.
Eddie, come back. Oh no! I was joking.
That sounds like a song. Eddie, come back.
Yeah.
I look at Max comes out of retirement to just dunk on Eddie. He's gonna go back into retirement.
Please. I was just joking. I was just talking shit. That's what I do.
He'll be back. I sent him a DM on Twitter.
I love it. I love it.
Oh no, the DM is not nice.
He said F you, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He did do the F.
It was a joke. We're just playing. Like you give me so much shit, and I gave you one piece, and we gave you just a little bit.
Eddie, we love you. If you
It'll be
love
okay.
that woman,
Eddie will be okay.
do what you want to.
None of the guys watching are blaming you. No, if you and then I would be cheering you on if you got her on your show for sure.
Who, Amber Rose?
Yeah.
No, Javicia Leslie. Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be awesome, actually.
That would be amazingly amazing.
Well, we have to all be honest. Some of us like a lot of bad. Look, I like Black Lightning, and that show is fucking horrible.
That is trash.
I love that trash.
I like every Saw movie, and half of them are trash. Okay,
I'm with SSJ right now. I have a guilty pleasure for Black Lightning. I have a guilty
Black
pleasure.
Lightning is not
wait, Saggy, because you have to be. When I say I have a guilty pleasure for Black Lightning, I hate having to tell people it's my guilty pleasure to like Black Lightning because I feel so disgusted with myself. When I tell people, I'm like, you guys, I was just watching Black Lightning. That trash. My soul died. My soul dies whenever I tell people that. I'm so ashamed.
I watched fucking Survivor, dude. Okay. I watched fucking Survivor. Like, am I 55? Like, am I 70? No, I love Survivor.
Ashley, that's what my mom watches.
I know. Like, that's what I'm saying. We all watch shit that you're like, do you watch that?
Wait,
yeah.
K-Dots, you don't like Black Lightning?
Oh, he loves it.
I like season 1. This is my problem with Black Lightning because Black Lightning is so like it treats the audience like we're, especially the black audience, like we're stupid. They got to keep on to remind us every episode, like, you know, we about that black power. I'm like, I know about that black power.
You know what I was about to say, and I'm not gonna say it.
Like Black Lightning. I'm okay with them touching on black issues because it was expected. I knew it, but I'm like, you don't need to have to keep reminding me, and they don't specifically say it. They just keep showing it through every episode. We still about that black power. Like, I know you're about that black power. The main character is about black power. I get it.
He's a horrible actor.
Black power.
You know what annoys me? And they gotta stop doing this when they have movies about black people. Please, Hollywood, stop always having your soundtracks be hip hop and rap. Some of us like rock. You know, some of us
like lots of stuff.
Right. Like, we don't just need, like, we get it. We're black. You don't gotta remind us by playing some rap and hip hop music and be like, hey, look, we're being culturally appropriate. Nah,
Saggy, this is the thing, because I know you're talking about specific Black Lightning. When Black Lightning does it, they play the wrong music at the wrong time. They just have random music anywhere. Like, I remember in the last episode, they played the song by that rapper Designer, and I was like, this is the most random thing ever.
They played Teddy. What was it? What's his song? They played that song?
Yeah, Timmy Turner by Designer.
Timmy Turner.
They played Timmy Turner. It was
Why
so
would they play Timmy Turner?
Bro,
it was so random. I was like,
they did it with Miles Morales Spider-Man game. That stuff was my biggest pet peeve because in the show, right, in the game,
Eddie wants the link again. I apologize to him.
Yeah, when you play the first Spider-Man game and you start web swinging as Peter Parker, you get that like heroic, like build up, like orchestrated music. When you do it as Miles Morales, you get a hip hop vibe. I'm like, why can't he be heroic? Why can't he be heroic? Yeah. Why does he get the hip hop music and Peter Parker gets a heroic? I'm a Superman swinging, a superhero swinging through the city. But when Miles does, it gotta be all hip hop. Why? Oh, because like, he's black.
It's either, I agree. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of, like, we can have all kinds of music, like, in our films that are based on black characters. I completely agree. My other thing that I'm sick of, stop making fucking slave movies, dude. Like, I get it, dude. Like, let's just stop it at this point. You know, it's like we're either slaves or, you know, something else. I don't like that either. I'm just going to say that. We don't have to go into that, but I'm going to say it.
I love Django.
I love Django, but I'm saying, like, it just seems like when you think about most of the films about us, predominantly black cast, they're slave films, a lot of them, you know, and that was another reason why, for me, Black Panther, it was such refreshing because it was completely different, you know. They're either true stories, you know. I love, you know, Selma, and you know, I loved The Butler and things like that. But I'm tired of like, you know, Harriet Tubman was okay. Antebellum was just this mind fuck of trash that I'm like, I really watched it. I really watched that movie, dude. And it was dumb. It was so dumb. Hi, Leroy.
Leroy.
Welcome. I love
you, Leroy.
Don't mean to disturb any of you guys. You guys live stream is good. It's really good. I was watching it.
Thank you.
Good. And you keep up the good work. But I just want to say something. With all respect to you guys, we do not want no black Superman movie. I'm sorry.
We don't want it either. We don't want no black Superman either.
And I'm going to say it again. All these clowns at WB should all go. They all should be fired. Walter Man and everybody should all be fired. And Sadlaf should just clean house. Get rid of all these clowns. I would be so happy when I hear that all of them are gone. That would be so glad for me.
Yes. Say it louder, Leroy. Oh, say it louder.
I could not agree with you more. And
can we not get a black Wesker from Resident Evil, please? Thank you. I just want to add that in too.
Yes.
Are they even trying to wait a minute? Wait.
John Stewart movie be great. No, man, you can speak. Like, no, please do. I don't like people to bite their tongues, and nobody's gonna feel a certain way because you have an opinion. Give your opinions, please. You know, all opinions and thoughts are welcome here. It's how I say.
I wanted to jump off SAG real quick, and then Max, I'll let you go because my point is gonna be quick. But SAG, the Resident Evil thing, I'm shocked if they're still doing a live action. They made 5 different live action Resident Evil adaptations. They made over 5, and they all suck.
I mean, listen,
I'm trying to do it. That's crazy.
I don't mind them doing the Resident Evil live action because I love Resident Evil. Even though the movies are garbage, I'm gonna still watch it because it's Resident Evil. I'm a hardcore fan. So, but man, that cast list when I saw that, and I was like, why is Wesker black though? Like,
I didn't see no Leon or Chris. I was like, where's Leon and Chris?
Right, so, but why Wesker black though?
I'm past it, like worrying about casting in if they race swap. I just go to execution because I've been surprised in the past by some performances, like, and I'll just wait and see. Like, Perry White was great.
Black though.
I mean, we'll wait and see if it's good. If it seems like when you actually see it, if it was just done just to do it, just to get the to get the marketing there.
I see the SJW are running things. They're race bending every single fictional characters, which is sad. But we can't do anything about it.
I've come to terms with it. I don't complain anymore because representation still is important. Diversity is still important. And see, sometimes you look at old properties, entertainment, and it does seem stale with just.
No, I think they should stick to source material. I believe in source material. Stop race bending white material. They're going too far. It looks bad to me.
I understand.
They're going too far. This SJW crap. That's my opinion. With all due respect, guys, I'm no racist.
Right.
No, I get it. It could annoy people. I used to annoy me. Now I'm just like, well, let's see the execution. That's all.
Honestly, the only time they race swapped a character and it was actually not bad, and this is not going to be a popular opinion, I know, especially for you anime fans. Thank God some of y'all on here ain't anime fans. But that Death Note remake, that crappy one they did on Netflix, the guy who played L, who in the original canon material is a very pale Asian guy. They made him a black dude, and his performance was probably the only one that was the good part about that, other than the CGI demigod character. But that was the only time I saw a race swap that was like, he played it well. So I give him that. But it doesn't work with every character because, like I said, it's not about the race. It's just, I always say this. Stop changing the race of characters that exist. And if you want that proper representation, give us the characters that already exist and bring them to light. Stop hiding them. Stop hiding the black characters that are there already. Stop focusing on the characters that exist and just making them black for proper representation. Give us the characters that already exist.
There are definitely a lot of characters that they could tap into, and they just don't want to. Honestly, it seems like they don't want to spend the money. but a lot of these properties too were created at a different time where they do have a lot of just white characters. So I understand it's a balancing act. You have to do it correctly. So I'm open to it though. It doesn't. I'm not like super woke where I'm like I'm excited. I'm like it's about time. But I'm like okay, I'm waiting. I'll see how it goes.
This is how, because you said they don't want to put the money into it. Here's how they save money. They make the movies they want to make and have these black characters come in, or these other characters that are cultural representation in these movies. So you're not making a whole movie, because that's what they did with Marvel. They started off by doing Iron Man and then Captain America, and then they would slowly introduce these characters in those movies to set up for something bigger. And even then, even some of the movies, if it worked, they're like, okay, this movie was well perceived. Let's try doing a Thor movie now, because we introduced Thor and stuff. Like, do it like that. Introduce these characters in these already existing projects, and then make a standalone project for them.
They're not doing it.
And you could have done like, why would you go with Black Superman when you have Jon Stewart, you have Martian Manhunter, you have these characters that already exist in the world, but yet you want to race bend a character just so you can capitalize off the name of Superman and try to it's just crazy to me.
It's still
I agree with Saggy completely here.
It's still up in the air though, if he's Clark Kent though. He might just be a different Superman, right?
They said that he was going to be Clark Kent.
Well,
set in the 1950s.
But why?
I'll say this. I'll say this real quick. I'll say this thing about the skin color thing, right? Because when people get into these conversations about the skin color swap, right? First thing people usually say, if the character's skin color doesn't matter, you can change it, right? But this is the thing, because these movies, when they make them, they try to base them a little bit in some reality, right? So this is the thing about life, and this is just the fact of the real world. Everyone on this panel, all our skin colors factor into this world. It factors in how people perceive us. We was born this way. We was born with how we look. That's a part of our identity. And I'm not saying you can't change character skin color. I'm not saying that, but I don't like it, particularly because we was born a certain way and we look a certain way, right? I'm fine with my black skin. I don't want to just one day go to a plastic surgeon and say, "Hey, can you make me white?" No, I'm fine with how I am, because I accept what I am.
Right.
And this is the thing when they do the skin color swaps too, because they're always so inconsistent. Jason Momoa is Aquaman, right? Now, this is the funniest thing about them race swapping Aquaman.
Wait, what?
If you look at Aquaman in his animated adaptations, his video game adaptations, his comic adaptations, he's still white. So you have one, you race swap him in the movie, but he's white everywhere else. It's like, if you're gonna race swap, be consistent with it. It's you either go all the way or you don't. And another thing, this is for black people. People are okay. So they recently just race swapped, and I'm this just in general. They just recently race swapped Ariel and Snow White.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now, this thing
for Ariel though.
Now, all right. I'm gonna say this. Let's really be honest. I'm gonna say about Ariel and Snow White. Snow White is a character who is asleep for.
Her name is Snow White. That's kind of.
Yeah, she sleeps for most of the movie. And then you look at Ariel. Ariel's not even. Let's be real. Ariel's not even a good character. She sacrifices her voice just to sleep, just to be with.
Oh, I like Ariel.
They got an amazing vocal talent for it, so I'm excited. But are they even moving forward on that? It's like seems
no, they're still doing it. It's just like this. They cast this black girl to play Ariel, who to me is sloppy seconds. And not even a good character, too. Not even a good character. She sacrifices her voice to be with a man. That's not powerful. There's nothing to look up to for that.
Maybe
I don't want little girls looking up to that.
I know. Okay, I will say this. Okay, and that's another thing that I'm kind of fucking sick of. Not every female needs to be this powerful warrior, powerful woman. Okay, there's different types of women. I know that we live in fucking 2020 and they always want this representation of this strong woman. But some women, just like some men, make decisions based off their emotions, based off their feelings, based off how they feel in the moment. I don't think that makes her a trash character. She wanted to be with someone, and yes, she made a choice. and it's a great movie. I still like Ariel. I still like The Little Mermaid, and I do like powerful women, and I do want to see that. But not every female needs to be, you know, this strong, powerful woman. There's nothing wrong with some women still being sexy in film. You know, let's just stop a lot of this bullshit just because, hey, you know what? It's an agenda. It's, hey, you know what? You can't be that anymore. You can't.
Well, don't you think they'll adjust that part of the story?
Well, hold on. Here's another thing too. That wasn't even the core message of The Little Mermaid. The whole point was it wasn't. Well, it wasn't just love. It was also the fact that she didn't want to be just like, she was interested in the other world. She was interested in the other side. So that was where it started off, where she's collecting all these human things that wash up and end up in the ocean, and she's fascinated by it. So then when she goes to the surface, she sees another species that interests her. And that was the whole point of her going to land. And it wasn't just because she was singing, because she gave up her voice to be with the man. No, she gave up her voice to be part, again, the song, part of your world.
She says, I want to be where the people are. I want to see them smiling, dancing. Right. I mean, like when you think about her as a character, she was rebelling against everything that she was taught. You know what I'm saying? She was supposed to just be this, you know, singing mermaid princess. That's what she was supposed to do. And her father was like, no, stay away from humans. Say you can't, you know, go ashore, you know, all of these things. And to me, yeah, I feel like the message was about love and acceptance and about being who you are. Exactly. And I feel like people constantly want to attack this character when you have to look at the bigger picture, the picture of who she is. She's just not this simple
that's my only issue with the Little Mermaid situation is the love aspect, because, you know, in the Disney movie, they're going to play off that. They're going to play off that love stuff.
Right.
I mean, they do, but it's
voice just to be with a man.
But she sacrifices her voice, and then she learned. I mean, she didn't just sacrifice her voice for him. She sacrificed her voice because she wanted.
She wanted to walk.
She wanted legs. She wanted to be on Earth, you know, and walking on land. She wanted to be a part of this world. She didn't want to just be in the water, you know, carefree, you know, being a princess who, when you open up a shell, there she is sitting pretty.
Right. And then
she was willing to sacrifice that voice for that experience.
And then after the fact,
because that cute man was part of that world, there was no merman down there looking as good as him. Let's keep it a buck.
Right. But here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. This whole thing supports it too. If you look at how The Little Mermaid ended, they defeated the bad guy. And at the end, what did her father do? He accepted what she wanted to do, and that's all she wanted was her father's acceptance to be who she is. That was the message, and that's something that was important for little girls to see. Like, you don't have to be confined. You don't have to be told that this is how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to grow. And her father accepted that and let her stay instead of fight, because that's the whole point. He wanted her to come back, and she's like, "Nah, this is where I feel I belong. This is what I want to do with my life," and he accepted her.
Yes.
That's a good casting by Rhea, because I was feeling sad about Sebastian. He passed recently, but that's a good recast.
Okay.
Well, look, you know, just for me in general with the skin color swaps, I think they should just stop it in general, because it sends a not a good message. You know, you can just to like when people use the whole narrative of the skin color doesn't matter to the character. I'm not saying it has to matter, but I'm gonna just use an example. I'll go to Dragon Ball Z. I'm using an example.
Yes.
Frieza's the most racist character in Dragon Ball Z. And he hates how the Saiyans look. He hates the way they act. He hates how they look. He hates everything. He hates their whole look. Now Frieza doesn't specifically hate their skin color, but he just hates the way they look. He hates how they act. He thinks they're monkeys. He thinks they look like monkeys, even though they do look like monkeys.
Well, they're also powerful.
He hates how they look. In this world, our skin color is a part of us. Whether you're white, Hispanic, it's part of us. We're born this way, and I'm not. And you know, we just don't casually change our skin colors in the real world. We just don't say my skin color doesn't matter. I'm gonna go get plastic surgery and make myself look Hispanic.
Not if your name's Rachel. I mean, I don't know about that.
Actually, I'm not talking about. All right, people bleach their skin, but you know, okay, it's different.
Yeah, this race bending is not going to stop because they are out with vengeance. They are out with vengeance, and it's not going to stop. I'm sorry.
They also think that this is what we want. This is the thing.
Yeah, they do.
Think this is what we want. They think
they're going to race bend every single character. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. It's not going to stop, and they're going to continue dividing people, dividing us people.
That's what they're doing.
And I have to also call Marvel out here, because the Eternals here. Okay, yes. Not a lot of. I feel like that they feel like, oh, we can get away with this because not a lot of people know who the Eternals are. I do, and when I look at this cast of characters, they're gender swapped and race band at the same time.
Yeah.
I look at and I'm like, who is this and I'm like, I don't know who this is. Like you've completely changed everything just so you can say, you know what, we got a more diverse lineup because you got shit about it. We got more women. I feel like now, yes, I love the fact that we got these female characters, but now it seems like we're overcompensating here. There's nothing wrong with. I want to see these characters that I read as a kid, how they are on the page on film. I don't want to see.
Going to do that.
Right.
They're going to race Ben Fantastic Four as well. They're going to race Ben Fantastic.
Oh yeah. Get ready for John David Washington, and he's probably going to have a white wife, and that's how it's going to be. They're going to be an interracial couple. I believe it.
No, and that's the thing. Resident Evil games, like the games do it too. In Resident Evil 5, it was set in Africa, and people were pissed. Oh, why you got all the black zombies? You're killing all the black zombies. That's racist. And then what did they do to accommodate people being mad about it? They're like, oh, well, we're gonna make some of the zombies look Asian or white. And I'm sitting there like, listen, when you have characters or you have an established country basically named, how many Asian people you see walking the streets of Africa like they're part of that culture? That's not accurate, and that's not what we want. Okay, yes, the reason why they're in Africa killing African people zombies is because they're in Africa. That's where a lot of African people are from. So again, it's about, you have to take consider why these characters look the way they do. Where are their origins? Where are they from? What nationalities are they? Keep them that way, because that's the way they're supposed to be. You can't just have a character who's from Japan and make them black just because we need a black representation. That's no.
All in all, you see the MCU will continue making big money no matter what they do. If they do crap, they're going to continue making big money because of the system. They're going to continue making big money any way you put it. When Marvel do these things, they're going to make big money. They're not going to get no fight like DC, Warner Brother. They're going to continue making big money. Look at how Captain Marvel make $1 billion, and it's not a good movie. They're going to make big money.
Right. But Captain Marvel made $1 billion because it was also sandwiched in between two films.
Queen Brie.
It's worse than Wonder Woman.
Amazing.
Marvel is worse than Wonder Woman.
Yay!
Wonder Woman is still better.
Bat Daddy's here. Yay!
Bat Daddy. Hey, Bat Daddy.
AKA Tyler.
I feel a strong connection to Bat Daddy.
Oh, Bat Daddy is here. He's gonna give you he's our comedian here.
Hello.
So how's it going? I don't think he can hear us yet, so he'll get it going.
By the way, just so everyone knows,
Bat Daddy is here.
Oh, snap. Okay. Well, there you go. Hello, Bat Daddy.
Hello.
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. I got you, fam. Hold on, give me a second. I got you, fam. I want to be part of this too.
Please be part of it. Please.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, everybody, DC. I represent DC here because Bat Daddy is here.
Hello.
You know what? I might just go put on the full costume. Give me 2 texts.
Okay, go put on the full costume, please.
Yeah, so I would say, by the way, everyone, just so you know, because I've heard people complain about this too, about Falcon American or the
Falcon.
Listen, it happened in the comics. It's okay. It's
okay. It did in 2015. It did happen in the comic books, but a lot of people don't like the. A lot of people that I know that have an issue with the fact that he's Captain America. It's not because there are people who don't like it because he's black and he's Captain America. A lot of the people that I know that have an issue with it don't like the fact that someone else has the mantle of Captain America. That is their main issue, because then it becomes this legacy character And he still could have, still in there, he still could have had this chill and still could have been Falcon, because even though he is in 2015, he is Captain America. I believe it was like 2 or 3 years that run, and that's about it. And then he kind of reverts back. But to me, I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I'm ready to see this version of Captain America.
Isn't it beautiful when they actually address like fans' concerns in the storyline? Like people aren't exactly thrilled about him, and then he had that on his conscience. Should I carry the mantle? I don't think I can. And he gave the shield away, and then he eventually become. It makes it. I mean, that's one of my favorite parts of Marvel. Is when he explains. Okay.
Sorry about that. Morales is no Captain America. Miles Morales is no Captain America in the comics. Miles Morales is no Captain America in the comics right now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I haven't read any of the newest thing that I read was 2015. Sam Wilson's Captain America. Most of the stuff I still read, I'm going back. But going to Max's point here, I agree. I felt that them addressing those issues and then bringing Isaiah Bradley into it, because I love the Truth comic, and to see him on screen and to know that he's going to come back and we're going to get to see him, that's going to be amazing, because I really, really, really love Isaiah Bradley as a character, and I like where he ends up in the show a lot better than he does in the comic books, because he's tortured. He's this tortured soul in the comics, and he can't even speak anymore, and he is he functions at like a 9-year-old
there you go, Eddie.
To see him be this bitter steel character who even also changes and then gets to be honored in the end in a bigger way than he is in the comics is great. So if you have not read Truth, Red, White, and Black, please read it. It's a very short issue. You can read it in a day, or you can read it in 2 days. It's 7 issues. It's so short, and it's a great story. And it tells you about how this unit it becomes, they're experimented on, and that also kind of plays into what happened in this country as well, with African American soldiers, with syphilis, and and them thinking that they were, giving placebos, and they were actually being infected. And so it's a really good story. So read it if you like. It's great. Hi, Landon. So I wanted to say that. Sorry. Anybody who else would like to speak? I'm in the full costume. You're in the.
Yeah, okay, I left my Batman suit over at my other place, so I'm just left the Batgirl. So.
Batwoman.
Batwoman, right?
Hey, what is happening? Eddie comes back for Batwoman. I love it.
Tyler did not know. Tyler did not know. He wears costumes, Eddie. This is not a dig on you.
Okay, does everyone like hate Batwoman? Because I do too. I just was like it was like $5 cheaper to get the Batwoman suit over the Batman suit. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to save $1.
No, we don't all hate Batwoman.
Rose, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I can't stand Batwoman. I've never watched an episode of the TV show in my life.
How can you hate something that you've never seen?
Because I'm a critic and a nerd.
So that's a lot of people.
That sounds
I've seen.
I'm gonna take off this wig. It's horrible.
He's wearing the Batwoman costume.
Yeah.
I came back for this. This is amazing. Amazing.
Also, the suit is like 3 sizes too small for me, so that's why I'm.
Stand up. Give us a twirl. I want a twirl.
Yeah, sure. Let me just adjust my camera into the full 12mm. All right, let's push the chair back.
I hope somebody walked in on you wearing this.
See, I'm struggling. This is how bad it is. Let me just prove it. I've still got my flipping backside open because I can't get it closed. Like the Kate Tidy, I figured out I could do it and like get away with 3 sizes.
You're giving Eddie ideas here.
Instead of like 75, it was like 55. So now I can do jumping. Oh fuck! I just ripped something. Okay. Camera turning off.
See, Eddie, that's how you get it.
Again, this is much better.
I'm also gonna stop.
This is much better than the actual show, so I'm okay with this.
Cool. All right.
All of this, I'm okay with. Yes, yes, slay queen.
So Batwoman, ladies and gentlemen, has now been race bend and gender bend because she went from white to black, and now she's a white New Zealand young man.
Okay, it needs to stop. I see your point.
This is so much better than Batwoman. I am so glad I came on.
Yep. Ow, fuck, ow. No, we're good. We're good.
You see why he comes on?
Are you good? Are you putting your hands up? Or the
I'm getting onto my seat. Oh, there we go.
You got to readjust your camera now.
Yeah, done it. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Lord. Oh no. What's happening?
Tyler, it's all falling apart.
Everything. The illusion is falling apart. Done it. Oh god. Yeah, I definitely ripped something. Fuck.
Oh man.
Okay, so we're just
guys.
35 mil. Bring it down a little.
No, too close. Too close. Yes, too close.
Okay. Out. There we go.
And I have a great interview that I didn't get a chance to. I just edited the video of my interview with Bat Daddy. Yes.
Okay.
Where we talk about his.
Yes. Daddy's okay. Are you okay?
I kind of condensed it just to your interview.
Bat Daddy.
Daddy
is heard, I think. Trying to figure out how to sort this shit out.
For those that don't know, Tyler is a young filmmaker. He's a film student, and he was also going to have his own reality show at one point. And you can
which
see,
is why you're looking at Bet Dada.
Yes, and he has a great, and he loves. Do you want me to tell? He has a great podcast about High School Musical show. He loves it. He talks about it. He does watch parties for it, and he loves music, and he can sing.
Yeah,
he sings some great stuff for us also in that interview.
Yeah,
so,
you look much more attractive without that hideous mask on your face. I'm just.
Oh, thank you. Well, to be honest, this is probably the worst Batman mask, Batwoman mask ever created. So fuck off.
Yes, it's absolutely atrocious. It makes you look like you have a flat face, and I was not happy. I was getting a little triggered over here because I'm like, why does his face look like that?
Yeah. You know what? Is anyone keen for Shazam? Can I do Shazam at all? Is that going to be a better look? At least that one's like 2 sizes too big for me.
Yes, do Shazam.
Yeah. Okay, let's do Shazam.
Does it come with inflatable?
Oh, he has a plenty.
Okay. So I got a really big payday one time, and I decided to go buy about 32 costumes off Halloween.com. All superhero costumes. So I have an assortment. I can actually go through it. Let me tell you what I have.
Okay.
I have some of them split. So I have.
I regret this decision of asking now.
So I have the Joker, I have Black Manta, I have the Penguin, I have 4 costumes of Harley Quinn. For some reason, I think I got a costume mix up.
Now you're talking.
I've got Green Arrow, I've got Black Canary, that's a steamy one.
Oh wow.
I've got Spider-Man, Supergirl in 2 different versions, pants and no pants. I've got Aquaman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, that's going straight in the trash.
What?
Mirror, 11 from Stranger Things, both costumes, season 1 and season 3. I have this one. I didn't realize when I got it, but it looks like it's from a sex store of some sort.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
That's my pick.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I saw it. And I'm like, hey, that looks like a Miss Marvel costume, and it comes and it like says Flopsy loose play costumes. I'm like thinking, well, that sounds sexy. That's not what I wanted. So that went straight in. No, I don't do that one. That's I bought that for my sister until I realized it was from a sex store, so that didn't go very well.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got Black Lightning, but it's really racist when I wear it, because I'm white. Yeah. It looks really shitty on me, to be honest. You can't even tell it's Black Lightning because I don't want to say White Lightning, but I don't know. Just like it's like lightning, so I should just call myself Lightning. Because lightning, I think, is already. Yeah. What else?
Show them your Shazam costume, please.
Shazam,
you really should show them that one. Go put it on and then show us.
Yeah. And I also have Black Widow, but when I tried getting into it, I ripped it. Just
I
like
have
this one.
I have that. I have the cat suit, so I have one.
Yeah. I'll show you.
All right.
Let me see. We do this.
But mine's like not like that. Mine's like the one that she's like the zip up one.
Yeah. No, this is the one from the new movie. I've even got a little batons and stuff.
But mine's like not cheap either, Tyler.
Thanks a lot. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, I can wear it.
Yeah, these things are cheap as chips. So it isn't like they cost me like $100 each. The fucking assholes. You know. I have Deadpool though. I have Deadpool. I have a really good Deadpool costume, but it takes me ages to put on. But I do have a video of me wearing it that I could share with everyone. Have I shared my Deadpool video with you yet? I can't remember.
Your Deadpool video?
My Deadpool video.
That the one you made when you were younger?
No, that was Iron Man. Deadpool's the one where I'm dancing around.
No, I'm not seeing the one where
I'm doing that. You know,
no,
and
not
I'm like,
the
so I'm like that. Anyway, I'm going to turn off the camera. Oh, here's something else really cool. I have X-Men boots.
Lord have mercy.
I also have Deadpool boots and stuff. I have a Wolverine costume that's also quite fun.
Have you all ever seen American Dad? He's Roger. That's why he's the Roger here. He's Roger, but you know, not as he's not inappropriate, just fun and goofy. And he always unplugs his mic. So he's going to put on his Shazam costume, and then we're going to ask him what he thinks about race bending characters. Yeah, he has a very nice Shazam costume.
Actually, I got to bring something up. I'm a little disappointed with Loki, episode 3.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
No spoilers.
Because I haven't seen it yet because I've been out of the loop dealing with some stuff. But I'm gonna watch it tonight. I was disappointed with the first episode, so I don't know if you all heard what I said about it. I mean, I liked it.
I think it's good.
But I didn't like the continuity of where it fits within the Marvel universe, and Eddie heard me go off about it, you know, and how it doesn't make sense, and how you tell us one thing and then you get here and it's like, oh, all that shit doesn't fucking matter, dude. And it
never makes sense or matters.
Eddie
loves Marvel. Don't listen. He's
I know he is. I know he is.
You know what I'm saying?
Can
I ask you a question?
Nobody not going to complain, but they complain about DC. And it's scared WWE act like cowards and clowns because of people who complain. Nobody not complaining about Marvel, but they're complaining about DC, which is sad.
You know what drives me nuts is
I heard a lot of complaints about WandaVision. I heard a lot
Marvel
of
or DC fanboys that like to dunk on the other side just to prop up their stuff. I think there's good in both. I do too. I've gone back and I've watched the Netflix Marvel shows because I stopped watching because everything got canceled, and then I just finished Daredevil season 3 this week. That's amazing. But that's a question for you guys. Have you seen the Marvel Netflix shows, and how does it rank with the new stuff with you?
Iron Fist.
I put Daredevil ahead of most of the Marvel shows, except Captain,
I agree.
Falcon the Winter Soldier maybe is on par.
Yes, Daredevil is good.
I hated Iron Fist. I didn't like Luke Cage. I hated Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I liked Luke Cage the first season, like part of the first season.
I liked the first season of Jessica Jones, but I don't hate it. It just was kind of like, do I care? No. I liked Daredevil, and I liked what we did get from the Punisher. I liked both of those a lot.
I just started Punisher season 2, and it's kind of a letdown for me. It's still good, but it's But Daredevil season 3 is amazing too. Like,
he's going to appear in Spider-Man No Way Home. Charlie Cox, Daredevil is going to appear in Spider-Man.
Oh yes.
Well, hopefully. I don't know. They keep going back and forth on that. I don't know if that's confirmed yet.
They're like, when you look at the image of No Way Home, there is that Daredevil Easter egg there in there, but also, see, for me, in a lot of, and I defend Tom Holland. I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. That's my opinion. I like it. And I really liked how Far From Home ended, because it was like he was shedding this old image and letting go and trying to become his own man. And I felt like the Spider-Man 3 film that we should have got should have been mainly focused on Peter Parker and his growth into becoming a man. And now we're getting this new film, and I feel like it's going to be so overcrowded that Tom Holland's Peter Parker is going to get lost in all of it. And I'm a little concerned because Marvel, the way they introduce things and the way they show us characters is completely different. And you're giving us a lot in one film.
The main reason,
just make it make sense.
Introduce the multiverse of Stan Lee's copying DC. That's the thing. Stan Lee's competing against DC. That's why they implement the multiverse, and he's getting away with it. That's the thing.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, Kevin Feige, that's what he does. It's like anything you can do, I can do better.
Well, that's always
I can do anything better than you, know. And they don't always do that. They started it, and then he becomes petty. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna do this? Wait, I got you." Okay. That's what he does. Just like with Civil War. I mean, he didn't greenlight. He said no when it was pitched to him. Then he's like, "Oh, BBS is coming out." And then
I'm going to say
that's good for competition, though. That makes things
better. And then the Eternals, the same thing happened with the Eternals. Like, oh, we're doing this New Gods movie, but New Gods, we know where that's at.
I'm going to say that if I was a billionaire and I was running DC, running Warner Bros., I would take it to Marvel hard and give them a run for their money. I would use this tool to compete against Marvel. And that tool would be Zack Snyder. How would you go and get to Marvel hard and give them a run for their money if I was a billionaire? I'd do a way better job than these clowns at WB, plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, WB just gets in WB's way.
Yeah, they sure do.
I mean, like, they do great with Wonder Woman 2017. That's a great movie to me. You know, they do, and then they make this, I don't know, and hopefully no one will be offended. Then they make this Harley Quinn movie. And to me, it's just like, this is not a comic book movie.
Amazing movie.
I like the movie. I like it.
Okay. But it's not a Harley Quinn movie, really. It's not a Birds of Prey movie. It's like, oh, me and my boyfriend broke up, and I'm going to be strong. And Cassandra Cain. Come on, that is not Cassandra Cain. And she swallows a freaking diamond, and that's the whole plot of the movie. And Yaz is like, "Ooh, I let birds free." Like, Yaz just kills people. They kill people. They make it be about like they hate women. And Black Mask is just a dude. And Black Mask is just a dude that owns a club. Like, he's menacing. He's the best part of the movie, and then you blow him up in the end in this weird, like, comedic way. You know, I feel like there was one part of Birds of Prey that's good, and it's when she's in the club and she's I'm sorry, B-Dot. She's explaining like how, you know, she's like, when she says, you know what a Harley Quinn is, I like that moment. I really do like that moment, because that's off Margot Robbie just acting her ass off and making me feel that emotion for her in that moment when she's talking about that she never mattered and that she's trying to figure out who she is in this new world. And they could have done that still and made it more of a comic book movie and made it something that everybody could have got on board with, like Wonder Woman 2017. You don't need to elevate a female character and then make every man in the movie be a bad guy. One good guy. He doesn't have one speaking line. You hear Black Canary sing. It's a man's world. They're beating that agenda down your throat. Men are bad. Men are bad. Men are bad.
I like.
I'll say this about
and she sounds beautiful, but when you think about the overall messaging of the movie, it's bullshit.
I'll say this about Birds of Prey. The biggest sin of Birds of Prey, and it just goes into even the production of it, the marketing behind it. The fact that they marketed it as a Birds of Prey film did this thing. I don't like being deceived with marketing and stuff. It's same with the Infinity War trailer when they had that scene of Hulk and all them running. Gonna find out it's not in the movie. With Birds of Prey, the fact that they marketed it first as a Birds of Prey film, and then after they realized that titling the film that way was very incompetent, they later changed it when it was too late. It was too late for them to say this is a Harley Quinn.
Walter Mother failed. Walter Mother failed. Walter Mother has already failed. He has failed DC and he has failed WB, and he must go right now. Walter Mother must go. All of them should go. Plain and simple.
Well, everything's up in the air for DC now with this merger. Really,
it just seems like that they.
I mean, I'm giving Flash and stuff. Look, I'm kind of excited about Flash. I'm kind of excited about Black Adam. I'm giving this stuff a chance.
Me too.
I'm giving it a chance. That's all I can do at this point. Give it a chance. I really think I know Black Adam's going to be good. I may like Shazam too. Flash, I don't know. But I think out of all the films that's coming up, I think I'm going to like Black Adam. I really think that movie's going to deliver. Out of all the films, it will deliver. Trust me. Rock, we will deliver.
Sorry.
What's that?
Andrea.
I sound beautiful.
Is that you?
I think that's Tyler.
Somebody has echo.
I'll mute myself.
Yo, Kate, you looking good? Who was it?
Don't do it.
Somebody playing tricks.
It's not me. I checked and I turned.
I don't hear the echo no more.
Yeah. Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hear the echo.
All right.
So, okay, Mad Max, did you enjoy Birds of Prey overall as a movie?
We all know.
I just want to get everybody's general thoughts.
It was all right. I liked Black Mask at the beginning, and towards the end of the movie, it was a letdown, a waste of the character, because I think Ewan McGregor did really good. Some of the Birds of Prey, like I really like Black Canary, and that is a race swap that worked for me, and I want to see her again. The other Birds of Prey, not so much. I didn't enjoy them as much. There was some cool, fun action. It was a mixed bag. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I mean, they're obviously that's the one thing that WB greenlights is more Margot Robbie. So we're getting her in Suicide Squad. See how that goes.
I feel like she doesn't need to produce movies, that she doesn't need to be picking the characters. But I'm excited. And at first I was like, I don't know about this Suicide. But when I saw the trailers, she looks amazing. I'm excited to see this movie. I cannot wait to see it. I think it's going to redeem the first one because I didn't care for the first one a whole lot because they chopped this movie up and made it something that it wasn't supposed to be. But James Gunn, his style is kind of, we know this is going to be rated R. It's still going to have that like certain aspects I feel like we're going to get from Guardians, but it's going to be it's going to be completely opposite because it's not, geared to everybody. It's not, Marvel tries to make films that everybody can go see. And the fact that DC is doing something different and it's going to be this big, wonderful visual film and they call it James Gunn's masterpiece, so I'm excited to see it. I will say that. What do you think, Leroy? Did you like Birds of Prey? I want to ask everybody really quickly, and then we can talk about.
I don't want Suicide Squad. I don't. What you say? If I like Birds of Prey?
Yes.
No, I don't like it at all. And with all respect to all you guys who love it, it is total crap. I'm sorry, total failure. That's my opinion. Total.
Birds of Prey.
I think what hurt it the most was trying to, even if you don't like, I know some, and I'm not bringing a controversial subject, but the Snyderverse, but ignoring films that came before it, trying like to not include Jared Leto's Joker. He didn't need to be in it a lot, but they did this weird thing at the beginning where it was kind of not him.
Yeah, Joker needed to be.
It's weird.
Every DC ECU movie that they make, even if they switch directions where they try to ignore stuff that went before it, like Wonder Woman 2. It was different. It doesn't land well. Even if they switch directions, you can't just like completely ignore everything else that happened. It would have been like if you saw the breakup at the beginning of her and Joker, that would have got pulled people in more. I think.
I agree.
What's he with that? This is the thing. The only way DC can get away from their past cinematic universe is this. The only way to get away is to hard reboot, get rid of everybody, and start anew. But they won't, because they want to keep some of the things. They want to keep Jason Momoa. They want to keep Gal Gadot. They're keeping Ezra Miller Flash, but they're willing to get rid of other things. Because, you know, you can't ignore your past, but DC is not going about it the right way. In my opinion, yeah, they should just hard reboot. They should. But
no, I don't think they should reboot. I don't think so. No, I don't think they should reboot. It's just that Walter.
I'm saying if they want to get away from their past, they should. But in my opinion, you can't, because you have people like Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot, that was big successes for them, and you can't just get rid of them. Even Shazam, you can't get rid of them, especially all the people that
Margot Robbie,
very successful.
You know?
And look, the whole Henry Cavill thing. You know, I don't think he should be taken. I don't think he should. I think he should still play Superman. I know he can play Superman. I saw him do it, but you know, if it's just part of this mess that WB's trying to do, because this is what they admitted to doing. They said at DC Fandom, they're doing the multiverse. They're doing what CW does, the multiverse crossovers. They're going with the multiverse now. They said it at Fandom. Walter Hamada said it so many times. They're doing what they used to do, releasing films that are not exactly directly connected, but they just focus on themselves. That's what they're going to do. That whole multiverse thing, you know, give everybody something. I don't agree with it. I don't think the multiverse is a good plan of a universe. But if they want to do it, let them do it. I'm gonna give it a chance. But I'm just gonna say this: the CW already did it, so you know. I just want them to make a cinematic universe, focus on one universe of characters. Don't try to do all this multiverse stuff yet. You need to build up to it. Give us a cinematic universe. Take it slow. Don't rush it.
I think that making Flash's first solo movie a multiverse film is a mistake.
You're rushing Flash's story. Flash is not time travel in his first like solo.
We barely saw him, and now in his first film, I feel like I feel like they're trying to right wrongs here because they want to say, oh well, we want to fix some of these things moving forward. But like I agree, and that's the problem with WB. They can't stick to a plan. Either reboot it all or don't. You know, it's like it's like they pick and choose what they want to keep, and that's what makes it a mess overall, in my opinion. Either stick to a plan, either way. You know, to me, I've already said Justice League, the film that we just saw in March, is a good movie. I'm annoyed because all these tie-ins after I've seen this movie, and now you're not going anywhere. None of that stuff is going anywhere. It's, you know, as of now, and it's ridiculous because we got to see this movie, which was steps and moons above what we got in 2017. And it's just like, oh, well, here it is. And then they still want to throw this 2017 film in our face, and they can't let it go. They can't let it die and say, you know what, we messed up, right? They're going to double down and say this film is good. And we all know it's shit. We all know that movie is shit at the end of the fucking day.
Well,
it's trash.
Yeah. Well, look,
you like the 2017 one, Eddie? You're doing this.
I just made a stream about it. Remember today?
Oh, you did. So you like?
I watched it.
I don't like Justice League.
Even though us find their middle fingers. That's what they are doing. Showing us find their middle fingers, and they are going to fail. Walter Mother is going to fail. That the Motherverse is not going to work. I'm sorry, it's not going to work. We need the Snyderverse. The Snyderverse should continue.
Hey, look, Joss's version was. Look, I didn't like it in the first, but I watched that movie 7 times. Zack Snyder Justice to me is a better, and it's not just in general. Like you're talking about camera work, action, the cinematography and stuff. It's better in those aspects. It's better crafted as a film. But at the end of the day, this is how I look at both. Both of those movies is not how I want to see the Justice League done at all. At all. Because I seen animated Justice League films better than that actually did it better. Justice League War, for example. You know, both Justice League films, while Zack's version is better, they both did not do it proper. And it just starts at what they was trying to build from to where they got to, because they didn't do it right. You don't jump from Man of Steel to Batman and Superman fighting right after. Wonder Woman shows up, and it's just you mixed it up so much. BVS became a Trinity film, a Death of Superman film, a Dark Knight Returns film, a Superman versus Lex film. It's like, pick one of these, stick with it. It should just been.
That's WB though. That's not necessarily.
Yeah, that's not.
No. Max, understand this. I'm not saying it's.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. At the end of the day, this is me. It's WB and Zach's fault. They all get the blame, because us as the fans, we have to suffer through this mess. We suffer through the mess. The people who directed it, said do this, do that, I blame all of them. Everybody gets the blame. Even the writer, Chris Sherrick, they all get the blame for all the mess we're in right now as the fans. Because we should not have to suffer for people not being able to get it. Because this is what happened with X. Because this what happened.
I think it's a lot of the studio meddling too. When you think about it,
it is.
What we were supposed to get next was not BVS. It was supposed to be Man of Steel 2.
Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just, and then it became like, let's just, instead of trying to build to stick to the plan, it was like, let's hurry up and play catch up and to do this and to skip a step.
Let's see, Ashley.
And they went straight to Justice League, and look how it turned out. Shit.
And that was because Justice League was a Frankenstein movie too.
Snyder haters come to listen to the wrong. Listen to Snyder haters who moan and bitch and complain. They listen to those people, turn them into cowards and clowns, and it's a bad thing. They made a big mistake by listening to ungrateful, dirty-minded people, and it backfired on them.
And the difference, and when
Snyder, I don't blame them. I blame the Snyder haters and WB.
And when you think about it, Thor 1 didn't do very great. Thor 2 didn't do very great. But hey, they stuck to plans in place.
And go forward.
Captain America First Avenger was okay, numbers wise. It wasn't that great either.
Yeah,
but they didn't revert course and say, you know what, we're gonna do something different here. You know, we still got that Winter Soldier film. Yeah, like instead of just stick to your plan.
Yeah,
and that audience and those numbers will grow. I mean, that's how I see it. That's the bottom line. When the studios do interfere with things, it gets messy. I might not necessarily like some of the takes on some of these characters, but yes, in this case, if you would have stuck to what the actual plan was, all of this stuff in a line might have been overall accepted more, because we wouldn't have felt like we were being rushed and just it thrown into our face, instead of, you know, being properly introduced to Batfleck and him getting his own movie and getting Man of Steel 2. And then after we get, you know, Man of Steel 1 and 2, and then that Batman movie, then BVS, you know, might have, in some people's mind, would have not felt so rushed. All of those things. Yes, please.
Okay. Basically, I'd like to challenge your opinion. And what I'd like to say, okay, just hear me out. So, as you were saying, Marvel does not jump from a plan even when it isn't going well. But your points are halfway through that plan. They started off with Iron Man. Iron Man was successful. Man of Steel was not successful. Not successful enough in Warner Brothers' eyes, at least.
How much did Man of Steel make? How much did Man of Steel make? I think Man of Steel made quite a bit of money.
All right, let's bring up the DC box office. DC
it made enough for a sequel. Man of Steel made enough for a sequel.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to try and prove.
more money than the first.
It made $668 million. Man of Steel made $668 million.
Yeah, that's not good enough for a DC movie.
It's successful.
Marvel movies we're making about
it. Superman movie. It's highly successful.
Iron Man 1 made $585.8 million.
Okay.
Okay.
That was even more than Captain America First Avenger, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yes,
so
Captain America First Avenger made $300 million.
Yeah,
more money than the first 5 MCU movies.
Okay, well, but here's the issue.
Zack Snyder.
Marvel is made out of fans. Kevin Feige is a fan at heart. The DC suits could not give a shit about what it does except the money. Warner Brothers, that is what they are all about. They're about the money. They are about getting the talent on, and that's it. Once that's done and they've got a buck in their pocket, they're out. They couldn't give a shit about anything else. Okay, look at what they did to Zack. That's a perfect way to go and show basically how Warner Brothers is like as a production company. I know this. I know a bit about this because I'm in like the film industry and stuff, and I'm in this like type of circle. So, yeah, but like that's basically how it works. These people are just men in suits up at the top of the building, going, "Okay, cool. Which one made us the most money? Cool, you get that. Okay, yeah, no, we'll cancel your project." How do you think Netflix makes their decisions for their TV shows? Why do you think TV shows that people like all the time get cancelled? For that exact reason. It's guys at the suit. It's like AGT. Perfect representation. AGT. They're putting down the cards like, oh yeah, we like this. That is exactly what Warner Brothers is like. That's what any business company is like at the very, very top in the industry. That's exactly how they play their cards. The issue is, Man of Steel, you could say, yeah, sure, it was a success. Okay, so what's the next film that you did after that? What's the next film they did after Man of Steel?
I'm not saying it was sex, but it made enough money to do for a sequel. It wasn't like, but it made enough money for a sequel.
And that stuck to a plan, correct? They're still sticking to the plan that they set in place.
CVS made $827 million.
It
should have made $1 billion. Yeah. It has Batman and Superman in it.
Okay, yeah. So what they do is then they go back to the drawing board. Okay, they're like, okay, so this didn't make us enough money. How do we make the next one make us more money? They couldn't give a shit about fans want this, and this. It's like, cool, we're gonna try this. This is new. This is fresh. This will get people going to the cinema. That's how these things work. It's just people going, okay, fine. We're going to chuck some money here, chuck some money here. You don't get money. You don't get money. That is how filmmaking works, guys. I'm sad to say it, but they do not give a shit about the fans. It's just the Marvel on the other side.
Listen to the dirty haters. That's what they do. They listen to dirty haters of Zack Snyder, and that's
they don't, dude. They don't. No,
listen to the wrong people. That's what they do. They're cowards.
They don't listen to anyone. I can tell you now that they don't listen to anyone.
The Snyder haters, that's what they do. The Snyder haters scared them. They complain about Zack Snyder, and it scared them.
Well, I think the studios can be reactionary.
Let's think about Star Wars. But
Snyder haters, that's what's happening.
Batman
Begins. They don't listen to fans.
They listen to suits. $375 million. They stuck to the plan, and Dark Knight made how much money? They stuck to the plan. The first Batman movie didn't even make $400 million. It didn't even make $500 million.
Because of Christopher Nolan. You're scared.
It made $375 million.
Leroy, you bring up a perfect point. Nolan helped make Man of Steel. He wasn't involved with any of the other film projects at all. I think
they keep WB from Snyder.
I think that is a factor.
WB from Snyder. They keep WB from Zack Snyder.
But I'm saying Nolan was part of Man of Steel. That is a card for Warner Brothers. They're like, oh, okay, cool. We've got Nolan's blessing on this production. They don't get Nolan's blessing on any of the other productions. It's like, oh yeah, cool. Snyder, go and do your own thing.
And Snyder took over.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Zack Snyder took over, and that's when things started to fail.
Because of these idiots who moan and bitch and complain. No, Man of Steel is too dark.
Listen to them.
Superman killed. Zack Snyder don't get Superman right.
They don't listen to them. I'm telling you. Okay.
Listen to these
people. Okay, I'll ask you a question. Who do you think? Do you think Disney? Do you think Bob Iger's up there reading Twitter feeds going?
But also, we need to think about Zack Snyder. His 300 film made $475 million. So it's not like that his films before have not made money. His 300 made almost $500 million. He made more than Batman Begins. Yeah. And what do? They stuck to a plan.
They did stick to a plan.
And when you don't stick to the plan,
they're never going to do it again.
Things can go off road. Exactly.
Because
they're a mess. WB is a mess. It's a mess.
It isn't a mess. It isn't a mess.
They're about
Hollywood,
agendas and about
Hollywood has changed how they do things. They have changed how they do things. They do not want to lose a buck these days. Back then, they're willing to risk it. Now they're like, no, every single thing has to be bang, bang, bang. We've got Netflix to compete with now. We have Disney Plus. We have all these streaming services. There's more content for the average viewer to absorb. We need to make our production stand out. We need to just make the money bang like that, because they don't have that time now to go and, you know, to go and risk anything. There's no time to risk any money these days. It's just bang. There we go. Money made.
I have to head out soon, but I wanted to bring up one other thing. Was that even if WB gets it together and shows confidence and follows through with the plan, they are always gonna. So the difference there is they're always gonna fight their back catalog. There's so many versions of Batman and Superman, and that's like, even though we wanted Man of Steel 2, I can kind of see why they jumped into something else, because if you are wanting to build up a multiverse or a universe of movies and you want it to get close to the billion, just Man of Steel 2 isn't going to bring in a lot unless you really, because you're always fighting your other versions. Like, there's so many versions of Batman and Superman. That's always something that's going to go follow WB. And like, even though people are still upset with the new casting of the Black Superman, you got to have something different and different angle too, because you're still going to fight that back catalog and compare, contrast, and do something really fresh. I think it's always.
I totally agree with you, Max.
WB.
Totally
it's
agree
always
with you.
going to be an issue.
Well,
that catalog.
The simple
Christopher
solution,
Nolan, Dark Knight. Every time you bring Batman back,
the simple solution that WB needs to start doing is, number one, start literally paying attention to the fans and see what has worked. The Zack Snyder cut should have really showed them that, like, yes, you have a core income from your core base hardcore fans. That is not going away. The issue WB is doing is they're trying to branch out to go to the non-fan base, to get those fans that aren't already fans. So they're trying to cater to the non-core consumers that they've already
the general
established.
Viewing audience. That's what they care about.
This is what they need to do. Right. That's what they care about. And that's the problem, because they're only focusing
and they're not going to change their ways.
That's the thing. Their ways aren't working. The fans already proved that when we got the Zack Snyder cut.
Yeah.
That's
and
what
look
I'm saying,
what they did. They hid the numbers.
But
they hid the numbers.
Yes, they hit the numbers because the fans wanted it. The fans wanted it. That's why they hit the numbers, because the fans were pissed and the fans wanted it. And when they gave into the fans, they had a positive outcome. Now, what they need to do is they need to understand and learn how to balance that between doing what the fans want and also still maintaining that outside consumers that have yet to be tapped into. They need a balance. Right now, they don't have the balance, because if they kept going the way they did, if the Zack Snyder cut didn't come out, I guarantee you they would have lost their core fan base.
Right. Can I tell you why they don't have that general viewer audience though? Look at what Marvel is. Marvel, to be honest, is nothing like DC. They are completely different. They are slapstick comedy jokes with a bit of fighting here, a little bit of a storyline here. You mix it all up in a basket. There you go. Thor 1, Iron Man 1, Captain America. You know,
no, those films are not jokey films.
Well,
you're talking about early Marvel. You love Thor Ragnarok, and you're talking about Marvel jokey films.
I'm trying to say why they have the general audience, because most general audiences
mass appeal.
Love a good feel-good film. When you walk out of a DC film, you're like, wow, I totally don't feel depressed now about Superman dying. You know,
Iron Man was a very serious
Tyler,
movie.
the only reason why I'm going to say
Winter Soldier is not. It's not a jokey, fun-loving film either. That's a very serious ground and pound fight, spy espionage film, and that was loved. Okay, so not all these Marvel movies are that way.
What came before that film? What was the film that came before Winter Soldier? What was the film before that? Because
the one before that, Age of Ultron was before it.
Age of Ultron.
And that was a bit of a jokey film, wasn't it?
Wasn't it Thor 2? Thor 2 came out 2013.
It wasn't really jokey. Age of Ultron was, he was snarky, like, Age of Ultron's comedy in it.
So
he's snarky like Tony Stark.
Right. So the issue I'm having with your argument right now is that you're comparing...
Ultron, okay. Yeah, go ahead, Saggy, because I want to make a point about.
I gotta go to bed. Thanks for having me.
Bye, Max. Love you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming.
Thank you, Max.
But
Later, Max.
the issue with your argument is that you're comparing DC, who has been established in making live action films a lot longer than Marvel, when Marvel didn't even have the rights to their core elements, like their core characters.
And so they had to work for it.
But they didn't have to work for it. Here's the thing: Iron Man was a test. They took Iron Man. If you look up why Iron Man was chosen to be the first Marvel
you just
character,
made the point. It was a risk.
Right, it was a risk. Exactly. But here's the difference: DC
on a B character.
But DC doesn't have to take risks. DC doesn't have to take risks because they've been doing it for a long time. They don't need risk. What risk do they need to take? They either come out with a good Batman or a Superman movie, or they don't. Either way, they still have been doing it for a lot longer than Marvel. So when you're comparing these two companies and these two franchises, it's not a comparison. DC has been out longer. The reason why Marvel worked is because people were tired. Not even just tired, but like people have already seen as many Batman and Superman movies that have come out for decades before. We now have a new like universe of superhero characters that have yet to be tapped into. So of course when Marvel first came out, it was a grand success because now it wasn't Batman, it wasn't Superman. Now we have Iron Man, now we have Captain America. These are new characters that have yet to be explored in the big screen. So of course Marvel was going to succeed. They took a risk and they knew that it was most likely either people were going to be excited because they were going to be excited for something new, or they're going to be like, screw this, we're set in with DC. That's the risk that they took.
And they also, after Iron Man's success, because they knew they said, you know what, we're going to make this Iron Man film. And if it was successful, they knew that they were building this universe and they were going to show us all of these characters one by one to get us to this Avengers film. And that has something also that had never been done before, right? So the plan was Iron Man's got to succeed because we're building to something bigger. Because I remember when Iron Man came out and I was like, oh, when I heard about this movie and then they're going to try to make all these other films of all these other characters and they're going to try to build to the Avengers, I was like, that blew my mind. That's something completely different. And it brought in not just comic book fans, it brought in everybody because everybody could relate.
Cool. It made nerds cool.
Yeah, it did make us cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I was never cool.
That's why I wanted to say this real quick because WB confirmed it, Zach confirmed it. I remember around the time, when Zach started releasing doing all those interviews and stuff. He's talking about how him and Warner Brothers didn't see eye to eye. Right. Warner Brothers wanted to go for the more popular type of film, like the MCU film. Zach wanted it to go dark, gritty, serious route, right? And I think the problem starts there. When you have your employee and this manager who's like, in whatever situation.
Yeah, that's definitely him.
Is it Tyler?
No, that's you, dude.
It's always hello, K-Dot, you're sexy. It was Tyler. It's always Tyler.
Talk, man. Finish talk. Dude, talk what we're talking. Finish talk. Do your thing.
All right. So I'm going to say this. The biggest problem, and this is why people like Feige knows how to run stuff and tell people when you're going to do this and you're going to do it like this. Warner Brothers did not have a backbone with Zach. And just anyone in general, for some weird reason, after starting at 2013. Look, this is the thing. The way they got rid of Zach was grimy. If they didn't want Zach there, they should have been up front earlier. Because I remember when Scott Derrickson, when Scott Derrickson was supposed to direct Doctor Strange, so he wanted to do a horror, dark take on Doctor Strange. Feige told him, "You're going to do what I need you to do. You can do a little bit of what you want, but you're following my plan." WB did not have no one like that. They needed someone like that. Because if you're two people trying to work together and they can't see eye to eye or come to a middle ground, you're going to get a messy product, and that's what we got.
I will
say you got to come to a common ground, and they did it.
Yeah,
because mind you, Zach even admitted it. He didn't want to do everything they said. He didn't want to listen to what they said. Like he putting in a black suit and stuff. They told him not to put in a black suit. And guess what? He was trying so hard to put in the black suit. He even did test footage of the black suit. They told him not to do it. And guess what? He goes to do it.
Because they are idiots, they are cowards, and they are clowns. They are stupid. WB are stupid. As I say, they are stupid.
Okay. Dude, I feel like that's really harsh because you're comparing.
No, that's what I'm saying. The issue lies on both sides. It's not just WB. W is part of it.
WB for everything. They are stupid. They are idiots, and they should go.
I agree with Leroy because here's the thing. Like I said, they have produced numerous content for a long time. And when Marvel came out, that became competition. They didn't really have competition at that point. Marvel wasn't around, so they didn't have competing superhero films to that degree. So they just started producing and making movies and giving all different writers and directors free range on their characters because in the beginning, who remembers Michael Keaton's Batman? Started off great, right? It was a great start. But then you give other people the reins to make stuff, and it's like it's either going to be good or trash. But either way, they kept producing it, right? There was no risk because they had, again, that core fan base following. They didn't need to care. They didn't need to be careful. They didn't need to take risks at that point because they've already established the fan base with the animated series, the movies. They didn't care. Free range. But now, because Marvel's in the game, they need to adapt. They need to adapt and they need to grow. They need to learn from Marvel and start listening to fans, start listening to us.
They're not learning.
They're not learning.
Seggy, could you agree that the superhero genre is oversaturated?
What did you say?
Could you agree that the superhero genre is oversaturated?
Oh yeah, because we got that stupid Netflix movie with what's her face? What's her name? McCarthy lady. I forgot her name.
Yeah, Thunderfall.
Oh gosh, that is.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like
raw chicken tonight for dinner.
Superhero films have become a thing. Like we look at Hancock. You know, we got Hancock. We got all these different superhero movies that aren't even part of a core comic book or anything. Now we got a bunch of them just coming out of nowhere because they see the success of superhero films. Now we're seeing more superhero films that aren't.
They see the success of Marvel superhero films.
But that's what I'm saying. You're saying you say it's too harsh to say that WB is stupid, but it's not because it's all right now.
I'm not trying to say that. What I'm trying to say is you're grouping a bunch of people when it could just be one person at the very head. You're basically saying that a whole group of people are idiots.
I think it's more than one person's head.
The head of Warner Brothers. What happens is there is one person. The decisions trickle down to the rest of them through little tubes like guinea pigs. They're all eating up the little bits of food and stuff, and they're going down, 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 and then they go around their hamster wheel and they run. And then they go down.
But they hit somebody the reins, and then that person.
There's the person at the top. And
but the point that I'm making is that Kevin Feige wasn't always the head of Marvel Entertainment. Right?
But he
was a man exactly. They trusted in his plan. WB doesn't do that. And now he's the head of Marvel Entertainment.
The way they do these things.
Feige or a leader that's taking hold of the ship, that's like conducting.
They tried to do it with Jeff Johns. It didn't work out.
Here's the thing, Tyler.
But they had it in the beginning, but they fell off course. They didn't have to. Then they started.
And not only that, it is a lot of more people than one person's fault because you have to remember they have board meetings with the people, more than just one person, where they bring this stuff to the table. They discuss it. They have meetings talking about these projects and where they're going to go. And yes, it is at the end of the day one person's decision, but it's based on a bunch of people coming together saying, hey, we have this great idea for a movie. Okay, let me hear it. What do you guys got? Well, we're going to have this movie. We're going to have Zach do this movie, and this is what his vision is. This is what he wants to do with it. What do you think? Can we do it? And that one person says yes or no. But it's still a collective idea.
Okay.
I want to say this. I want to hear what Andrea. Hold on, Tyler. You're like one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, but I haven't heard. Andrea's just been hitting his blunt, and I want to hear what Andrea has to say because he's been saying things that we're like talking. You know, Andrea is so laid back. What do you have to say, Andrea?
All I gotta say is that WB needs to get the shit together. They need to get someone like a captain that's gonna steer the fucking ship for WB. Get the shit together and not fuck every single director. at all.
Agreed.
Like, get a story, get a cohesive story, and do these characters right. Take it from the comics or something, most of it from the comics at least, and adapt it to the screen instead of just fucking around. Like, they don't, like, at this point, like, even Fox with their movies seem to be a bit better job than what fucking WB's done up until when they brought out Wonder Woman and so forth. Before that, it's been a fucking miss. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I do like Man of Steel out of like the 3 freaking Zack Snyder films. I like Man of Steel better than BVS and freaking Justice League, both versions. But they should have done a fucking Man of Steel right after the first one, because it did make money. It had enough money and they had the means to do so. And they were going to do it, but nope, they decided to shoot it right for the Batman vs. Superman, which did not work at all, which was a clusterfuck of a film. Trying to introduce 3 freaking stories into one, and the depth. And when Superman died, had no depth in it at all. I felt more in Winter Soldier than I did in that movie.
Okay.
That's why. That's why. Look, Andrea, I agree, because the biggest thing.
Andrea, look, do you see this? I gotta show Andrea this. You see this tea? This green tea, Andrea?
Oh yeah.
I know you're my green tea dude. It's so good. It doesn't have any sugar. It's just
I love
green tea with lemongrass in it. No sugar. But I know. Sorry, I had to show him that.
I love tea.
That's why, Andrea. I agree when you said, like, I agree with your whole statement. But the biggest thing is a captain to steer the boat, steer the ship. And like I said earlier, even though it feels like there's not enough creative freedom for Feige to go in there and tell Scott Derrickson, like, we're doing this my way. You can do your stuff, but we're doing it my specific way. You have to have initiative. Sometimes you have to tell your directors stuff like, you can do your own thing, but we're paying you to still do our thing. We're gonna do both our thing, but you're not just gonna get to do whatever you want. You have to be able to. There's really no true creative freedom, especially with the cinematic universe. You have to follow a plan, and you need to have something like a Feige. That's why Walter Hamada was put in that position. Now, this thing, we haven't seen what Walter Hamada has done yet. He just got the role. He just got put in. You're
gonna get Leroy's horns are gonna come out.
What year did he become the president of DC?
He should go. Walter Hamada should go. Plain and simple.
But see, this is the thing. Walter Hamada became the president of DC last year. Walter Hamada became the president of DC last year. I have to wait and see what he's done, because I don't know what he's done. Because Wonder Woman 84 was already going to happen before Walter.
So why do you have faith in Walter Hamada? I'm going to ask you that, Brother Dodd, and then I'm going to ask Leroy why he doesn't have faith. So I want to hear both of your points and both of your sides. Like, why is there an echo on me? Go ahead, Brother Dodd. I know. It's I don't like the sound of my voice, and I'm hearing it. It's weird. Okay, go ahead, Brother Dodd. You go, and then I want to hear Leroy's response to what you have to say.
This is the thing. I'm gonna say all this. Be honest. I don't have faith, but I'm gonna give him a chance, because I've not seen Walter Hamada like produce anything yet. Really put anything out there that he really put his name on. Wonder Woman 84 was already going to come out long before he got in. Same for Aquaman. Walter's not really done that yet. Now this Flash, Black Adam, Shazam 2, and all this new stuff coming out, that's on Walter Hamada, and then we can start putting certain blame or success or love towards Walter Hamada once we see these new films come out. Walter Hamada just came in. I'm giving the guy a chance. I'm not saying he's going to do great. I have no faith in nobody at DC right now, because DC
I don't have no faith. I don't have no hope in the Flash movie that's coming out. Like, I don't at all.
I'm keeping my expectations really low, guys. Really low.
I've been disappointed since BVS at all. I don't. Like, that film, I don't know how. I hope they introduce a Reverse Flash. If they don't, I don't know how they're gonna do that movie, because I have no hope in that movie.
Yeah,
I want to hear Leroy's response to what you had to say. Why he feels that he needs to go now, that he is not going to be able to take these films in the right direction.
Go ahead, Leroy.
In my opinion, Walter Mother do not like Zack Snyder. He hates Zack Snyder in such a way that he wants to go away from the Snyderverse. He wants what? Our Man. But what else he wants? Zatanna, Blue Beetle, The Trench. We don't want that. What Black Superman? We don't want that. And I don't think he's going to do a good job. Remember Walter Mother was involved with Birds of Prey and it didn't do well. He was involved with Shazam. Shazam didn't do well than when Zack Snyder was running DC. The first 5 DC movies earned more money than the first 5 MCU movies under Zack Snyder. So better let's stick to the Snyderverse. Without the Snyderverse, DC films will be dead. And I lost faith in this Flash movie. I don't think this Flash movie will do well. That's my opinion. But they are going away from the Snyderverse. It's a bad mistake.
I agree. I don't know. I don't think the Flash movie's going to do that well either. I think
it's a misstep to do that as his first solo film.
Yeah, I agree. Like, look, I'm gonna say this: Flash, time traveling, and Zack Snyder Justice League, and even this first movie is not how you start off Flash. You need to wait on that. Flash should be time traveling in like maybe his 3rd movie or his 5th appearance, not the first movie. That's something you build up to. When Flash time travels and messes up the timeline, don't do that on his first outing. You gotta save that because that's something special with his character, not just mess up timeline, but time traveling, the Speed Force and stuff. You got to just don't start off with that especially for his first film. I didn't even like it in Zack Snyder Justice League, him time traveling for the first time we see him in a full appearance. He time travels. I'm like,
we were supposed to originally get a Flash movie like back in 2018, if anything. Latest 2019, we were supposed to get a Flash movie. Like from all those years back, like we were supposed to get a Flash movie going after when Man of Steel hit. And then nope, that didn't work out. Went straight to BVS. Oh, because we got to compete with Marvel with Civil War and try to play chicken with a date.
BVS was greenlit before Civil War.
I know that, but like they were playing chicken with the dates, though.
They were, they were doing things. I thought but the film as an idea was before.
The idea was already concept after Man of Steel, because they didn't decide not to go to do Man of Steel 2, which they had the money for.
That's what look overall
because they wanted to rush a Batman into a film, so they just made it more Batman than Superman in that.
And see, and Zeal is he does not like most Marvel films. He loves BVS. He loves Zack Snyder's films. We do have people that agree with you, Leroy. Zeal, we're on opposite ends a lot, but he does love Batman versus Superman, and he agrees with Leroy. And I just wanted to point that out here. That Zeal, he loves, that film, loves it. He doesn't like most of my movies.
I may be a bit biased on one side, but I think Zack Snyder is my greatest and #1 director ever. And WB are losing someone great. Zack Snyder has a tool to compete against Marvel, and that tool is Zack Snyder, WB. But their cowards and their clowns, now they all should go. They are ruining DC. DC films is ruined. That's my opinion. DC films is dead without the Snyderverse. Sorry about that.
I will say there are things in these films that I enjoy. And I respect your opinion completely, but I respectfully disagree just based off of what I've seen as a whole. Do I feel that it could match and compete what we've got and continuing on? Make me a believer, but I just don't see it. Do I feel that that him, completing his story and telling his story is something that I'm on board with? Absolutely, because I did care for Justice League, his version. I did say, and I'll say it here again, the first half of the movie did drag a bit for me. The second half was great. and I was so emotionally connected with some of the things that happened within the story. It was long, and I think that that's the biggest issue, that a lot of people don't want to go to the theaters to see the 4.5 movie and to really grasp the story that he's not 4.5, 4 hours and 3 minutes, you know, to fully grasp that. Sometimes you've got to be able to tell a complete idealized story in a 2.5 hour time frame, because that's not every time. The audience is not going to want to go watch a 4 hour movie. That's when it comes to that. And that's my biggest concern with Zack Snyder, is that can he tell me a story overall visually that I connect with, that I see on screen, and in a 2.5 time frame. BVS extended cut, to me, I like that a lot more than the BVS that I saw in the theaters. But it was also,
I agree,
a longer story, right? We got more. And I'm just wondering, and Leroy, what do you think? Can he give me a full idealized story in that 2.5 time frame? Because sometimes the studio says, you know what, audience, they don't have the attention span for a 4 hour movie, right? And as much as we want the director to, and going back to Tyler's points earlier, as much as we as the audience want to say, show me this director's vision, right? And the studios pretend like it's all about the director's vision, you know, and we know that that's bullshit, because it's about what can you put in my pocket. And we know that today's audience, their attention span is not the same as it was 10 years ago. So every time going to see a 4 hour movie, is that going to work every time out?
I think it will work.
The number of seats also.
Ashley, you guys, I'm about to head out real quick. I'll just say my final thoughts. Look, I'm going to say this real quick. While DC is in a mess, DC's still the GOAT, though. Marvel.
Whatever makes you feel
Marvel
good.
Trash.
Whatever makes you feel good.
Birds of Prey better than all the
makes me
Marvel
feel
films.
good to slander Marvel.
Andrea, I promise you, this is going to end up in your, you know where, by the end of the night. We have guests, so I'm going to be very nice. But you know what I'm talking about. No, it's not. It's green tea.
Okay. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Leroy, good to see you. Eddie, Harley Quinn, you look great. Andrea, and Batgirl, Saggy Mellons, you look great.
Thank you.
Catch you guys later. Ashley,
SSJK.Sanctum. If you're not subscribed, most of you are, please subscribe to him. That, aka Brother Dot, my brother, my dude, my ace, right there.
Can I say something? Zack Snyder, they clean up the Dick Grayson thing.
Actually, secretly likes Birds of Prey. Okay.
Hold on, let Leroy. Hold on.
What I'm saying,
What was you gonna say?
Zack Snyder killed off Dick Grayson, and everybody is up in here with that. We know that Dick Grayson is not dead, but he can easily change that script, adjust it, and say Jason Todd is dead instead of Dick Grayson. He can easily change the script and do the adjustment. He can do his thing, but the people are up in arms over it. In the draft script, so it was Dick Grayson that died, but he can easily change the script and do the adjustment if they want him back, and make the script better. That's all I'm saying.
Saggy, I haven't heard you say anything in a minute.
I've been listening. I kind of just tuned out.
Are
So I'm like,
distracted by the sticks
oh my
appeal?
god, Harley Quinn! I just noticed. I'm
stand up and twirl. Oh, he's got it. Okay.
I haven't got the full costume. I thought.
Always.
I love it.
I'm just in the shorts and the little.
He's always in the short shorts. Look at that.
Oh, I thought it was Pennywise.
Twerk. No. Yeah, he's gonna twerk again. Oh my gosh, the last time he was twerking.
I don't think I've Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I actually do have the full. I actually do have the full setup. I also have the Birds of Prey one as well, which is going in the trash.
The
Suicide Squad Harley Quinn actually is pretty good, to be honest. I'm looking forward to seeing her and James Gunn's one.
Yeah,
I'm actually excited too. No, when they were talking about it, I'm just like, I still stand by my statement. WB needs to get their shit together.
Oh, they do.
I agree. Saggy,
There's
I
no
think
doubt
me and
about
you
it.
are like spiritual and mental sisters. Like, because I agree. Like with everything that you've said, most of this stream. I mean, we had that one little thing about Black Panther, but most of those things I still agree with you. Like I'm on, like you say it, and I'm like, yeah, that's where I'm at, you know, completely. They need to get their shit together. And until they can completely get their shit together, we might have, you're going to have a gem, and then we're going to have a dud, and probably another dud, and maybe a gem. Somebody in the chat, Dustin said, how do you all guys think about Black Adam? Do you think it's going to be a success? Or do you feel like it's going to be a good film? And also because we know that The Rock is going to be the face, you know, the DCU moving forward. Also, Henry Cavill might not completely be out of the woods because he is managed by, you know, The Rock, ex-wife, and they're both of them is their talent agency, their company together. So, what do we think? Are we excited for Black Adam? Do we think it's going to be a good movie? And is there still hope for Henry Cavill at the end of the day? That would be the first question. I'm going to start with Andrea.
These are short.
Then we'll go to Saggy, Eddie, and Carly and Leroy. We'll just go boom, 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 so I can get everybody's thoughts. Andrea, what do you think?
I think, first of all, I just want to say Birds of Prey is a masterpiece. Let's just get that out of the way.
Well, so you said that, now I'm putting on the stockings now.
See, I love to hate him. He's supposed to be my.
You don't want to see me.
My husband. He's supposed to be my future ex-husband, and listen to the things he says.
Oh God.
Go,
okay, Pennywise. Go ahead and take care of your business, Pennywise. Anyways, no, I think Black Adam is going to be a real good movie. I think it is going to be successful going forward. It is going to be something that's going to be like not what people are going to be expecting. I can probably see that. I don't think any of us are expecting what the movie's going to be really about. So they haven't fleshed out anything more yet about the story going forward. But I do think it's going to be a successful film for the DC to actually start going. And since The Rock was calling out Superman, basically Henry Cavill, I think that we might see him coming back.
That hurt. That really hurt.
Tyler, your dad's here. You have to behave.
Oh, God. Unmute the mic.
Yeah, mute it so we, Andre, please continue.
I do think maybe we might get Henry Cavill back on Superman. Maybe one last time. I'm not sure, but
all right.
Tyler, can you hold on? Can you mute your mic for 1 second because I cannot hear Andrea. You gotta. Shh. Andrea is speaking. Tyler,
hello.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, okay, no, I actually
Andrea...
left the mic on and tripped over and fell on this big heavy box back behind me. It's rock solid, just like my thing.
Well, I'm gonna let Andrea finish speaking, and then we're gonna let Saggy speak, and then Mike is here. Mike, I'm sorry I didn't scroll down and see that you were here at first. I'm sorry.
I might just go back off.
Daddy, you can speak, and well, he'll be back. But go ahead, Andrea. Sorry, I just needed to.
I think Henry Cavill will be back for Superman since he's being called out by The Rock. I do, but ultimately I do think that this movie is going to be a success. That's what I got to say.
Okay, Saggy.
I don't care much about Black Adam, but I think it will be good because The Rock, and I think The Rock will make it successful. Plus, he's a fan, and he wanted the role, and he wanted to do this. So I think he might do really well considering those elements. So I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a success because The Rock is passionate about this character, passionate about the story, and I think it'll work in his favor.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make you see where Tyler just left. Oh, he's eating. Okay. I thought he was like, something happened. Go ahead, Mike. I always got to check on him. Go ahead, Mike.
I don't know. What should I say? What we're talking about, Zack Snyder and what DC needs to do.
You want to speak on that? Well, I was asking about Black Adam, and
well, I have problems with Black Adam because one, he's not an anti-hero. He's a villain. He's a murderer. He's not somebody that should be presented in a positive light, regardless of whatever The Rock Dwayne The Rock thinks that he is. That's not the character. Number two, eventually, because he is essentially Captain Marvel, Shazam's Lex Luthor, they're going to have to get together. And the two styles aren't going to be the same. Like Captain Marvel Shazam was they're not, for lack of a better description, really, like a kid's movie, you know, and I don't mean that in a bad way because he's a kid. Like, you know, it's like, what if you were a kid and you just happen to get superpowers? You could be a superhero. Like, that's exactly what it was. And that's what it should be. But when you contrast that with what Black Adam's going to be, I don't think it's going to mesh well because, again, Black Adam is a murderer. So, like, Mr. Mind, like, yes, all day. Have Shazam fight him. He's a freaking killer, like, you know, that is intelligent and wears glasses and whatnot. But Black Adam, like, it's just, I don't know. It's like taking something from Zack Snyder's universe and putting it into Shazam. It doesn't work. I mean, even like, you know, say Shazam, the very last scene where Superman shows up or whatever, that was fun because it was like, you know, it was a quick thing, one done, that was it. But you didn't even see Henry. You just saw like from the chest down or whatever, you know. So I don't know. DC cannot handle their they just can't handle different styles. It seems they don't know exactly what they want to do. Like whatever Bird of Prey was, I mean, other than Andrea's favorite movie, it was just like it was a mess. Like it, I don't know. Like you know, I mean, they did. I don't even want to start talking about Cassandra Cain because it'll get me upset. But like it was just wrong. Like you know, and they were trying to make it like Harley funny. But then it was like, you know, a little edgy because for reasons. The whole, I don't want to, like, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I hope for the best, but expect the worst. Just like with Halloween Kills yesterday. I saw the trailer and I'm like, wow, this trailer is really exciting, but I know the movie's going to be bad. So that's where I am with DC.
I have to still see that.
Oh, that trailer's awesome, dude. Awesome. But the movie's going to be bad. I know it. But, I expect good trailers from DC, and then when I go see the movie, I expect to be disappointed. So except for Shazam. Shazam, I did like Shazam.
What did you think about this James Gunn's The Suicide Squad? Then, how did you feel about those trailers? What do you think about that?
First of all, I found it very interesting. I found it very interesting that in the trailer, the second one at least, they were pimping. Well, they mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy. I found that interesting that they were saying from the director of Guardians of the Galaxy in a DC movie.
Yeah.
Like that, you know, that was a little weird because, I mean, James Gunn has done other movies, you know, if they wanted to do like Brightburn, which would be right up DC's alley with the, you know, killing, a murdering Superman. That's true too. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, just to refer to your competition, like, it's clearly, you know, they want to, you know, be whatever, but yeah. But, I'm looking forward to it. It's James Gunn. I did like Guardians. He did do a good job at Guardians. There are weird characters in there, characters that are definitely going to get, you know, killed. So, yeah, it'll be okay, I guess. And Starro. I got to see Starro.
Yeah.
Right. Leroy, what do you think about Black Adam? Are you excited?
I'm going to say two things. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Expect the unexpected. Fingers crossed. That's all I can say. I'm looking for the best. Yeah, I hope for the best. The worst.
I mean,
The Rock wants Henry Cavill. The Rock wants him. So fingers crossed.
I think I
lost in Walter Amada. I don't trust Walter Amada. He should go. That's all I can say.
Yes, that's all. Yes, Walter. If Leroy has not taught us anything tonight, so Walter Hamada must go.
Must go. Yeah.
For Leroy, that's the hashtag, right? Walter Hamada must go. Like, we got to chant it. You know, Leroy.
So if they replace Walter Hamada with Kathleen Kennedy, would you be good with that? Because I know she's another one that people don't like.
I'd rather put Zack Snyder in charge at that point, Mike, instead.
Yes. Zack Snyder.
Than to put. I mean, shoot, I'd rather not have Kathleen Kennedy ruin the fucking thing and say, "Oh, we can't do nothing with DC too."
I heard that Zaslav and Walter Mother are butting heads right now. Walter Mother and Zaslav are butting heads. Zaslav do not like Walter Mother's plans. He does not approve of Walter Mother's plans, so they are butting heads.
Well, see, Hamada was in charge of Warner Brothers, DC, whatever, when Snyder was doing Justice League, right? Or did he come in after?
He didn't come in. He was in the horror division, the horror part. He wasn't in charge. He's after Justice League he came in.
After Justice League. Okay, yes, so why? So then why is because I don't disagree that they did Zach dirty by taking advantage of the situation that happened, but I think they were in a situation where they wanted to get out of whatever the deal they had with him, because they were more than disappointed by the box office returns for Man of Steel and then definitely Batman Superman. But so why is Walter Hamada the problem as far as Zack Snyder is concerned if he wasn't around for the whole, I'm sure there was like backstabbing in Game of Thrones, but I don't remember a single incident. But whatever, like the backstabbing, like, because clearly there was some. But why is he the one that has everybody's ire then about getting rid of him?
His plans is not working. He wants what? The trench. He wants what? Zatanna, Our Man, Blue Beetle. We don't want that. Black Superman. We don't want none of that. His plan. He wants to go the cheaper route, low budget move. No, we don't want that. Sorry.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, but the trench, unfortunately, is based off of a movie that made $1 billion. Like, that's just that's good business right there, because clearly, I mean, I do believe that it was basically people with ovaries that pushed Aquaman as high as it was, because Jason Momoa is, so dreamy. But like, when you have something that's popular like that, wouldn't you want to try to franchise that and do spin-offs? And James Wan, I mean, he is a horror director. So like the Trench, if they were going to make that a horror movie, I mean, that's right up his alley.
No, and he wants a trilogy with Mira trilogy with Mira alone.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't want to get started with her, but yeah,
we don't want that. No. We don't want that. Sorry, his plans will not work.
Well, see, that's just the franchising. That's you're attempting to franchise something. I mean, would you rather have another Bat-related movie? I mean, they just keep doing Batman over and over again. Like, they're trying something different as far as Aquaman's concerned. But again, I don't necessarily disagree with you, because I didn't like Aquaman, but I can understand the business aspect of it, where they're trying to capitalize on something that people clearly, unfortunately, did like.
And Zack Snyder said he does not want to work with Walter Hamada and those clones. I don't want to work with them either. Zack Snyder said he doesn't want to work with any of them.
So essentially, that would be the reason then. That would be the reason, because Zack doesn't want to work with him?
No, they don't like Zack Snyder. They don't want to continue the Snyderverse. They want to go in a different direction.
And then you also, the Trench was canceled, so we're not even getting that movie. So it would have been. I would have been interested to see it. James Wan is a good director, in my opinion. I think that I enjoyed Aquaman. Because of what it was visually, and the and a lot of the other characters that elevated Jason Momoa. I feel like him and Amber Heard, James Wan played off their strengths. Black Manta was a little corny and a little cheesy though.
I liked him the best though. He was the most comic book accurate. His suit was awesome.
I'm not talking about his suit. I'm talking about
the story,
the acting.
Oh, you didn't like what's his name?
I feel like he was overselling it. Yeah, but he was overselling some of it, and the acting, I just was kind of a little off-putting.
I love Black Manta.
I mean, but he overall was not a bad character. He just had really like cheesy, corny moments to me, in the movie. And I agree, Momoa is
I don't know, Momoa was alright to me. Like when I saw Aquaman, like I didn't get this. I never got the
worse than Captain Marvel, Pickle.
I didn't get to see like Aquaman in theaters like when it came out. I saw it like way after. Like I saw it like sometime in 2020. Finally,
I watched it in theater. It was good. It was really good. I
like,
love it.
The scenery, yeah, it was good. But I mean, the story, yeah, I thought it was like a little lackluster in Aquaman. Like Jason Momoa was alright. I think they could have had someone else play as Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could have had someone that looks like the comic book character. But,
I think I think Jason Momoa is perfect in my opinion. I think he did.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm always inconsistent.
Aquaman, like from something like from Smallville instead.
Jason Momoa should have been Lobo.
Yeah, okay. I 100% agree. I will agree with you with that all the time. Mike, I cannot agree anymore on that.
Zack Snyder casting
Lobo. He has the freaking hairstyle. He has like the body of it, basically.
Dude. Mm-hmm. But I understand why they went with him, because Aquaman is essentially a joke. And like, are you really going to make fun of Jason Momoa because he's going to crush you? So I understand why they went with him, but you know, I would have preferred him as Lobo.
I 100% agree.
Amber Heard did well as Mira. I think that she Amber Heard should stay. She did a great job as Mira. She did a great job. Yes, as Mira. She's one of the limelight in Aquaman, in my opinion. Apart from her personal life, she did a great job as Mira. Give her credit. She's a great actress, in my opinion. But because of her personal life, people dislike her. But she did her job good, in my opinion.
All I know is I'm boycotting the fuck out of Aquaman 2. I ain't gonna see that shit.
I'm gonna see it. Like, do I like Amber Heard? No. Do I think she's a good actress? No. Do I feel like she should have been recast? No.
I'm sorry,
yes. I'm just saying no.
YouTube.
Just no to Amber Heard as a whole. Like, the only movie that I actually enjoyed her in was a movie I forgot she was in because it wasn't good for her, and that's Pineapple Express. But other than that, I don't know. Have I liked a movie that she's been in? I don't know.
No, I'd rather go watch X-Men Apocalypse than go see Aquaman 2.
Is it just me, or did the whole of YouTube just agree on one thing?
What?
Is it just me, or did the whole of YouTube just agree on one thing?
Oh, they hate Amber Heard. They should have Amber Heard.
Yes.
So I've just noticed, like, every single side has literally just gone to the same comment. Boycotting film because of Amber Heard.
I'm not going to boycott it. Like, I mean, if I'm going to boycott... My thing is, if I'm boycotting something, it's, like, got to be, like...
Then obviously you're not a fan of Johnny Depp.
I'm sorry, but this bitch...
I like Johnny Depp. He's from my state. Johnny Depp is my, like... Yeah, I like Johnny Depp. Yeah, he's from Kentucky.
Got away with shit.
We're talking about proving points at the moment. I think that's a point to prove. Listen to the fans. We'll stand against the film to go and prove our point.
I mean, she should absolutely be recast, but I'm just saying, I'm still going to go see Aquaman 2 because I want to see it. I want to.
You mean
see
you want to see
about.
Jason Momoa topless? Okay.
I don't like Jason Momoa. No, I'm not.
No. Ashley does possess ovaries, so yes, she is. She is in the bracket.
No, okay, like I am weird. Yes, but I would rather have Seth Rogen than fucking Jason Momoa. We all know this at the end of the fucking day. You can't put me, because I'm a weird, the dudes I like sometimes, some of them are hot, but most of them are just seem like chill, cool dudes. Like, that's not like, I don't know. Jason Momoa, no. I don't like dudes with their shirts off. It's weird. Like, I don't like that. Like, put a shirt on, dude. Like, no, I'm not big on dudes with shirts off.
He's a great Aquaman, though. He did a great job as Aquaman. That's my opinion. He did okay. He did good.
Well, then tell me how Aquaman is supposed to go in the water with a shirt, then, because I think that's stupid.
He got his costume at the end. He got his right costume at the end, so it's good. It's all is good.
Yeah, but not only that, but if DC got Seth Rogen to play Aquaman, yes, you do want him to have a shirt on. But when you have like a chiseled god like Jason Momoa, like, really, shirts? Like, every shirt that touches his body would just disintegrate.
But it's just like, it's just like, some of it's like corny and cheesy. like to me when he's like, and he's taking it off, and like we see that. It's just like, okay, dude, like I
You're
get
just
it.
jealous
You have
'cause you
fucking
couldn't-
You like
muscles.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Zack Snyder's Justice League had a whole scene with Aquaman and his shirt getting ripped off and bottles being smashed. It's like
Ashley's just jealous that she couldn't be in the beginning of Justice League to smell his sweater when he took it off.
And just sing the song. And just sing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's the one moment I was like, this is so weird, dude.
That still bugs her, man.
Yeah, I really wish that was me, and I would have been like, but my song would have been like Aquaman, and it would have been horrible.
Mine would have been like
Aquaman.
If a herd sucks, fuck her dad. Really hurt.
So yours would have been cool. My songs are pretty basic, and I'm off key and off because I cannot sing in any way at all.
I can't sing either. Okay, it's just like
You do better than I. Do better than I.
know.
So
You were singing opera pretty damn good, Tyler.
I know. Yes, Tyler, do you have a song for us? Sing a song for us real quick.
Yeah, I do. I will bring up a point quickly first, though, before I reward you. So, have you guys heard about the Snow White movement?
I heard a little
Yeah, we
bit
kind of
about
talked
it.
about it.
You kind of talked about it. Did you know that they cast that Twitter bitch over Olivia Rodrigo?
Yes, we were talking about it earlier. Yes.
But did you know they cast her over Olivia Rodrigo?
Yes.
And
because of the SJW runs thing, we cannot. stop it.
Rodrigo should have been Snow White. She is perfect
Right.
for the role. You hear me? I think his name is Mark Webb or Mark Platt, whatever the heck your name is. Okay, Olivia was meant for that role. If she didn't take it, then that's her choice. She has her rights. But dude,
I'm gonna say one thing, Tyler. Feed that girl a sandwich, okay? Her ass is too thin. She needs a sandwich, bro. Truly.
Well, now you're just fat shaming women on a live internet.
How am I fat shaming her if I tell her she needs to eat a sandwich? I would say stop eating sandwiches if I was fat shaming her. She's not
Does
fat.
Snow White need to be
body
fit?
imaging.
No, I'm not saying she's.
You shouldn't be commenting on a woman's body, mate.
That's
disgusting.
dumb bullshit. He can say his opinion.
She looks borderline anorexic to me. And I know women have body issues and stuff like that because of these ridiculous things that males like Tyler say. Like sometimes there is unhealthy, and I'm not just saying it doesn't only go in the hefty, the big size. It goes to the other size too. When you're not eating food or bulimia or anorexia, dude, like that's an issue too. So I saw her on Saturday Night Live, and she was a little too thin.
I mean,
not as thin as the chick from Shield, Agents of Shield. What's her name? Yeah. She posted some pictures of her on the beach or whatever, and enough, Marcos. Anyways,
you almost saw Lady Death, pretty much almost, Mike.
Whatchamacallit? I just lost my train of thought now. Oh, but she looked very, very like I could count her ribs, and like that's. Not a good thing.
I feel like you're going a bit too far. You're really offending me and I'm not going to say idol, but she is an icon to the music industry. But so you asked me to sing a song.
Album,
so
Tyler.
I do have a new song.
Oh, wait 1 second. Wait till I come back because I have to go do something really quick. Andrea, just keep the conversation going. It'll just be like 2 minutes, okay? Don't sing until I get back. I don't want to miss this.
All right, let's carry on talking about Olivia Rodrigo since everyone's so into this conversation right now.
I think you need to eat a good New York steak. Then.
Who would you guys have cast as Snow White?
A white lady, a white gorgeous lady. A full white lady.
Someone to say that.
I would not have cast anybody because I would not have done it. They need to stop this shit where they redo animated movies.
Betty White.
I'll tell you what, if they're making this film,
dude, Betty White, dude, that would be
Betty
awesome.
White, Snow White.
Betty White as Snow White, dude.
What's the difference?
That's a movie I would pay for, definitely.
Old, 99 years old,
definitely.
All right, now I wanna propose something to you guys. What do you guys think about a new scene to stop the controversy of the Snow White kiss?
No, you know there's going to be a new scene in there, Tyler, right?
Yes, where Snow White signs a consent form to the prince going, I give you consent to kiss me when I finally die or fall asleep for many hours. The evil queen gives it to her instead of the apple, and she signs it, and then when the evil queen is like, oh, you've now signed a consent form, you are under legal control.
So wait, she's going to sign it before she eats the apple?
Exactly, because that's how lawyers work.
Even well, what if she's...
Just give me 2 ticks, dude. I've just got to open the door for my sister to let her in with a weak dog.
All right.
I don't mean that in a sexual way. I literally have a weak dog outside. It's my dog, Snowy. I'm bringing him in, actually.
There's some crazy drugs in New Zealand, man.
Ava, I'm on a stream, all right? I can't open the door for you. And Kaka, you piss off.
Damn.
Dude. You just got on me for allegedly fat shaming Olivia Rodrigo, and you just verbally assaulted your sister, bro. What's going on here?
That was my cat I was verbally assaulting.
That was your what?
That was my cat.
Oh, that's even worse. Let's get the SPCA on them. Get them down to New Zealand right now.
We actually do have an SPCA here.
There what?
We actually do have an SPCA here.
Oh, good. Somebody get them on the line then. New Zealand.
Okay.
Right now. How dare you speak to a cat? Actually, cats are evil, so you could have kicked it if you wanted to.
It isn't my cat. It's my sister's. It's a healer.
Where's Ashley?
So, cat's going like, what the hell did I do?
Hey.
Don't bring me into this.
Okay, now let me explain why I was telling the cat to do that, because she had tried to eat my dinner twice tonight.
Okay.
That's what a cat's going to do, dude. You got to feed it. See, you feed the cat, then it won't want your
She's
food.
A fat, ugly monster.
Whoa! Listen about fat shaming here, dude. The hell?
And yeah, you blame Mike for fat shaming.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but Olivia Rodrigo is an icon. The cat's just a healer's beast.
Did your dad upset you, Tyler?
Wow. What? A hairless beast.
Did your dad, Mike, upset you?
Tyler, can I ask you, is that the only kitty you've ever seen before? I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
No, the first cat I ever met when it clawed my arm to pieces when I was younger at an SPCA home, and I'm not kidding. That was my first experience with cats, and I've never really liked them.
Can I say something, Mike? Yes. The SJW runs thing. They're going to race bend every characters right now. They're race bending every single character white. And the SJW running thing.
But guys, Snow White should not be white, okay? It's just racist.
I do think that Sagi had a point when she said that they're trying to reach the audience, because like they don't want the people, and I say this a lot of time. Actually, no, I don't, Zill, because if I did like bad Batman movies, then I would love The Dark Knight, because that would be my favorite then. But what was I saying? Oh, so basically DC and even Marvel and basically comic companies today or whatever, they want the people that walk by my store, because they don't care about the people that walk in the store, because they know they got us. As much as like I don't like DC, when Suicide Squad comes out, I'm going to be there day one. I'm going to be there before day one because I got to see it, or else some idiot customer that'll come in the next day, the day after, will spoil it for me. So I have to go see it right when it drops. But they know that, so they don't care about us. They're going to do whatever they want to do to get those people that are walking by.
Yeah, you're exactly right, dude. I'm not sure if anyone can see, but I'm sharing a screen right now. This is the healer's beast I was referring to.
He wants you all to see.
If it's a picture of you topless, Tyler, I swear to God. Oh, you showed us this before, yeah.
His cat.
Yeah,
that's his cat.
Okay. Dude, wait, go back to that picture right there. Go back to the other picture.
We have.
Look at that face.
Don't show
that cat is going to kill you in your sleep, dude.
Because we have Christmas photos. That interview with Tyler will be. Don't show. I said, don't show them. You gotta say something. You gotta say something for your interview. Well, now they're still.
Dude, you're showing everything, man.
There we go.
Yeah,
it's blowing his load, ladies and gentlemen. There it is.
Enjoy breathing while you can, because I'm gonna kill you. And look at that. It's ready to pounce, dude.
He's my God! All these great things from the interview. But I'll have that up, guys, very soon. I edited it down.
Anyway,
I've been. Well, I want to say where it. Yeah, that's what. I'm leading to that.
Okay.
This interview.
Palace, what you cooking?